oh kan hunte kan pot khotlai na sa to a kan second session kan tran ngal mayanga kan ko masak ber tor hi polar share renga changte mining engineer advocate and social activist ani hianin a paper represent tor hi status of Assam Mizoram border and land dispute update hi aron soyanga kan hun tiama hi timayang kan da hi minute somli anitlang puya chu kan hun te min von di saksham sham turin kan han ngen ani kan resource person te polar share renga changte hilo somang u
Maskal na thalo kang awang chu ka soi ring thelo plang tik lawa winia hope legal solutions le human rights law network tena an program siama min som vewa in kalom takme mewa tin kan resource person dang tekenin anjinga tel theina chance dak theina chance min pe kha kalom ani dikha kan soi phot lok do ni chuan minute som li kamang lawanga darkar chan ve zo vek katum thungang chuan kan soi to ang khan ka topic miron siam sakta ka khachu status of Assam Mizoram border and land dispute update ania kha karon kha ka an phalna in the Mizoram Assam border row the story of persistent human rights violations of the indigenous people of Mizoram tingkaron dani awang chu kangai to awang wanga a background kan seto 1875 1933 kan seto amara chu mizo ho min bol na sat zia zong le mizo ho ina soi venga mi lo soi na chance de ve mi lo wa constitutional boundary min nei tir affair lo dan soi ka tumane tuan katum dan tak chuan powerpoint ti ka tuma ma sa mizo ten ngai nei IT kan thiam to powerpoint vel ai chuan actual la ran tilang kha thazogin ka sia chu vain actualin ka ran tilang don ne tin a paper kha ka zia to kha karon ka thei ngilanga heta ka jelo poi mo ka ti ho ko sei lo don ni chance ka la don ni chumo chuan la vinia hian kan hria dangin British ho te kha British kan ti sap kan ngai san em ho te kha kan pi le pu te nan lo ngai sang lo khop mai ti kan sei du phota missionary zong in pathian thu min thila ngai sang de wang khan kan in chua tak na chungin story lu chuan kan pi le pu te khan vun ngo kho enga ma ngai lo ti kha kan sei ma sapot du ni chuan sangkha zaruk borvela East India Company angin British ho khan lut phota India ram kha rural na kha nei sakan tum lowa sumdong turin anon kalani ti kha phke da poimo 1600 da Kolkata anon Kaligat village ante ta khonoma chu Kolkata ni chona ponia Kolkata non luta an hoi zak zaka India ram kha administration kha atheung de mani princely state in rung rolawin anomani ti kha an hunghal vata chu wangin a house si la ya khan ohole arem chang don in ngei tir lawang divide and rule anon manghalane chuan sangkha zaruk vela rongkal kha north east area hian sangkha ziret bor vela anon in trek chhautan ani chuan kanom na bor vel hi kil thumatangin anon beya Barmalami and for the Uleka, Sanka Zere something Paruka, Titi of Yendabo Antia, and don't net all over and do dinner and dominate any. Barmalamanka Kalkan Kalmasa, Jum Barmalamatang to Anton led to Clark Tanichu. Rangun Yan Mandeleki and Kopizok Mania, Tunami, Tuna, and copy number 2 key. Mandeleka, Joan British Hun Hitam, many Nuland Tak Vermont and Tilsium Dana Joan. Mandele tangaran chukleta kha an mixing mu masak ke mani ang mu masak ho khachu chin antipot mene tribes ho ke mani mizo pulchap kha bar malama tang ron lu ho khachun chin aron te sa pho khan chuteng bok chuan Bangladesh lama tang ron lu chole silat lama tangin chung ho chuan mu ho kha kuki antilani aron lu chho ho kan kuki tin min shelea tin India ram tanga mong chang asam tang ron lu ho khachuanin lu sei angen men tritane Tikha kan soidua chuwa mizo ko tihan chin cookies and ngane lusei ti ho kha atel vek ne tikha mishet pui ka du bokane chuan British ho kha an phakar khoba ka ti chu India ram ngai na tal me lok ringot angai to an tumber chu commercial exploitation ani chu wangin Assam rama rongkal khan kan khetur chu 1857 California oil and light chuaka Assam hian 1889 an light chuak veng halani oil ka dig boy khian chu vai am phur lu tuk me khan oil le oil zong khan in ta ka chuan thingpui huan boi pui hovin oil an zong mu ni thingpui huan an boi pui na ma sai an manga sai kha dila anwa chen tira aron chuak ake moma tang khan oil crude oil dig boy mu chuak ni chu wan India ram hi British ho engani aggressive commercial exploiters ani wang khan oil kan advance pha minute ka soidu chuan Mizoram han lut ve helai Assam kachar vela khu chuan thingpui huan an ti ve leu moro chu khati an ron lu chho kha kan pi le pu lalram as far as kan ti teng sailam lal pu beng khoi te thleng khan kachar khu an sairam kalna thin alone an mani ram engeni elephant hunting spree anong kalna ramani kangai tu thina tu na hian sailam matanga silchar phaijuk kal tu khan engtingen kalang enge ani no thak ang ti de kangai tu ni mo chu wang kan pi le pu khan an ram ho an tin na me an zukal tha sairam pel tur an zukal tha kha mingo ho khan mutat me ni chave thei si kha la si ni si lo khan huwa heu achi don lo top me an ti ni chu wang heng ho hi tlemin thruat de wan ngai ni hen ti chu hangin an hanin do chin phota khatilai khan zia tu dai na je dan chuan mizoten khatilai silai an lo nei tha rungut me kha sapo kha nakan ti ni mizo pride ka sela du van manilo ka wangchia kan kala wangchia chuan an remains kan mu kha 700 to 1000 bor vela kan pile pute khan iron smelting technology no khetoni chu iron ore chakhuya ngai an mu pokon chelo thir cheran lo thiama rain water harvesting puzoram thanga ta save fortune hi an lo hredei to chu kan pile pute bonjia kha kate ka ngai sang chho thar ta meni chu wangin sapho an lo hlau lo po kha om ka titani chuan kini chen sapho in mu engai ni chandam na christian na miron peka wangin kan tia mingo ho kan ensanga ma se kan pile pute chuan enga ma ngal ve chuan anti chu wangin an loin do fo me khalo nia drum khat pe chu sap sipai ho kha azarolan mananti chu antia an le thlu silo sapho kha thingpui huan siam kha an chak ve sia maro chuan en na khaten bem be ta ka chun sapho kan har ta thuta Burma te Upper Assam te oil an huang chi kha om veri me na thelo wang khan film khurang antitani film khurang hemite an aggressive ro puisi an colsen ro puisi injia pe lo phot thanthi chuta chuan 1872 wa chuan sawitan kan ti kha lal ho tele British ho te in rem siam na kha alom ta khain rem siam na excuse me attacks in mu chuan a holu to ka khami in rem siam na sawitan na soi chu ram rian la soi lo kan lal ho te kha khami pasat ho te kha khami chin ron per su setin ram anong kal thai chin tur khan lo siam sat ve top me ni chu kan soi du chu khati lai khan tungai kha suak pui la ho khan ama suak pui lal tak phei chu atel lo wa ai o tong thiam de wa tir ve ni o me han ngai to chin la 1875 fa kan pi le pu te in chei dan tu le an IQ level te khovel geography te le political science an shedan tu ngai to thina an mol don lu tu an hoi ringot me ni ta chuan sapho khan le antia sawitan antia an soipui ve a sawitan a chuan suak pui lalan aven nei lo chuan I kachar superintendent hen an report hin tur ne sapel tur khatin an siama chuan 1872 sawitan khan 1875 north east reorganization no sorry Bengal Eastern Frontier akaron chuak ta ni chumi nu 1878 a mizo ronkal thatu danan khan inner line reserve forest in forest ngaina natural vegetation ngana ni omta khan mizo pasal tha ho danna tur nirang si kha mo chu kan ton che them tur chu inner line reserve forest anti kha forest ngaina ni omta ka an siam kha tak taka chon kan pi le pu te kol sen lu tu an hlawa wanga barrier thick barrier an siam ani ta chon le khati lai khan 1875 fa act an siam kha 73 regulation to ta 75 act an siam ta khata khan ram ri po kha an siam veni ni china pu malanga seng khan pillar somli le pasari an phun veni masa ta khanen wena kon soitu machu human rights violation persistent nge kati kha the story of persistent human rights violation of the indigenous people of Mizoram 1875 bol khatna human rights violation anei ni katene chu 1875 a khan kha mi boundary post an phun khan mizo te min ron lo ngal rangot mo khoi lai chin hingai ding in ram ding tin min ron lo wa kha violation human right violation number 1 katini chuan an chho lenga kal chho ka seng khan lai mi ka le lok lokang. Human rights violation number 1, akachu, fixing of the boundary post was carried out by the Britishers themselves alone in the absence of representative of the then Mizo chiefs. Mizos were not consulted then. Kan ram ni vesi kha kan boundary min khan du min fix up topa, that was a total human rights violation number 1, first violation. Chuan apan ni na le chuan kan kal chok ta tuna hey pudu saga hianin mapane tha kaneng thau baka ai thuk jok pon ya 1875 atran khan anrem chan dan zir khan khatilang kan the tu chu Mizoram lam pangkha a boundary chiang lo kachar inner line anteni khala khan inner line reserve anti kha kachar atanga te ani chuan kachar lama inner line reserve kha an thing pui huan nei du dan hisap pan an son chho mi rangot meni Chuan the shifting of the inner line of the Kachar lines, inner lines thing kasoy ni ke chuan. An son chho mizon ron ngai heklova. Mane mi pakhay minzo da pushiat min ron lo itirngo da ron tlak an omdona mi ti. 1875 ron tlak an omlo. Okay, fine. 1933 bor vel siam thalea. 1928 ren draw trana. 1930 vel siam lea. 1933 Mizoram angkamen siam sakle. Min la ron lo le. Tapo. Okay, kan la adeu te kangai chu human right violation number 2 ko tile 1933 a khamin ron lova chu imaginary line na china soiche khani tani 1875 ang khan boundary post an siam velo lengal chuan 1933 tuna kanin chai na ber Assam less government of India in 1933 is fine with you atia kin in 1875 kan ti ve hi 1933 hi alanda chuan technically legally speaking chuan it's more appropriate legally more valid ani masa trick karon soidone ne ta khan charon soiche kha 1933 kan pom sakdar chinang potina 1933 kan la tel velova kan tel lawin an ron role ya human right violation number 2 okay fine kan ti chuan kan he tur chu india ram tan chuan survey of india hi central government agency nei chunani eng map po pu tunga kha pumal somkol ni na mo mcp pon lo draw vet sela Joint Action Committee pon lo draw ve sar eng matina ni lo Survey of India map lo chuan ring don lo ni ti kha chiang ta ni chuan Survey of India map kan thethiam lo mitam tak chuan sipai ho map antimea Survey of India hi Surveyor General kha der do na oma chu Army Officer Lian Lieutenant General Major General Tivelin and hotlang pui hai ani po Lieutenant your Major General or Lieutenant General omani I hope you will excuse me if I don't speak in English yes, also, right? Yeah. Thora, huh? Yeah. Okay. Chuan kasoi tu much. Moreover, I am having my paper in English. Kasoi du zoga chu. Khati kan kal chokhan 1933 kha min ron lo le fine kalatile. Chuan ahan tichou le 1971 Assam atangin kan pem chuak ve dona Union Territory. Takhan North East Areas Reorganization Act 1971 alo chuak ani. Takachon kan fing ve to lutuk le takhan magda me chu hei hi kan lut lok nga me ba hi thak lo do o mani ha me map number 1 hi rc khoi tang mi lok pi lok le khan lo thu ve la kram ko zo song che ha me map hi en chuan hei hi 1971 72 Survey of India na Assam le Mizoram inkar adrona ni chuan map and draw reng kan hre tur chu map draw dan standard da chuan topacity an draw vek meni topacity chu map a block te ho khani tani rem chan danin an siama regular figure nei mo chuan Mizoram le Assam inkar hi topacity pasari amo paruk mo hemi chu cher thelo boka a topacity paruk velin an draw ni chu khati lai chuan 83D7 83D8 83H3, 83D12, 83D14, 84D11 in and draw ni. Hey, 1971 na unproduced ni. Chuti lai chuan kan han UT kan lo UT ve chan chho to a. UT sarkar kha enga mangai lo le boka human right violation number 3. Kan tel and draw. Mara chu van nei thak tagin Survey of India ho hi un smart khop me. I Silong base an ni heti lai hian ta chuan an han draw ve mo hian Mizoram tel lovin Assam du thu samin an draw ni ti an in hriani to human rights violation changkan je chu ta khan Mizoram an ron velo wangin a footnote map for ngai toposit paruk pasari 1 2 3 6 paruga hian a footnote hian angting azia but have yet to be verified. The administrative boundaries shown on this map are as per interpreted in Northeastern Areas Regulation Act latia chuan athena phei chuan concerned government appointed by the but have not been verified by concerned government of Assam and Mizoram tia chuan tihanin ground verification tilani lo Mizoram sarkar ron ni lo tihan ziak vetlap mai ni he mai bi kan ring ta char ni chu mo chu jing she thim chu khoyama khan Mizo te khan man lai 1875 atanga 1893 chole anron sona piang khan enga ma min ngai lo mi ngot mi ni chu kam pi le pu the cholo msan sopna don khen ga khoba masan nu kha jong lo smart ta kan Christian te wang khan samngai sana te khalo om ta kan lo ti vak lo pon mai the hemi me bi min rin tir char chara chu min nuwa chuan ta chuan to pasit paruga khan Mizoram sarkar ron alani lo tia an je tho lai khan tun nai kan kalang angora chumi ma chang seileng heta hemi kamet da da ni zir lo wangin hemi map hi 2004-5 update ni to me hemi karon phar hi survey of India map ni ya 2004-5 hi an map nei chun ko da pokalila kan tan na tur chan ni ta ni 2004-5 2004-5 nia atak taka chuan andu thalin khoimon to pasit kha anron attack za uzamani ta hian kan soi du taka chu he me pa hian RC khumai takin RC please okay milo puilok to ta hian kan soi felok ngai ngaro ngai lo hi tangwal hon kan wasa helai hian interesting em mai chu an soi inner line reserve forest kan ti 509 akha 509 akha an siam tir 1875 chuan kachar inner line ane 1933 kachar inner line pai mak 1933 an role chuan Mizoram inner line min nei tir ta dei me ni Assam outer line kha Mizoram inner line anita kachar inner line chun pai ta ni chu an chantir sawitan spirit min bol na apo khan an du thala an manina pos an siam po kha min laron za saklo min son kwal saka eng wange eng tinge basis an thing pui hon nei du dan sir kha min son sak top le helai hian kina eng lo ngai enanga kan inner line dik ta ka chu helai de hen arong kal to ni helai eng hi rank ta kon vel hon kal de to me ni inner line pu vananga sekha kan boundary ani lo he chu inner line reserve forest Mizoram lampang inner line tani chuan inner line chuan outer line ngi durni outer line lowin inner line thailo line technically chuan engineering chuan line has no thickness line in thickness nei lawa 509 chok tur chuan outer line ngai tani chu outer line chu ta hen lom le tani survey of India bok hen lo zia ka chu na china pudu saka till 1920 tivel 33 velan tin kha line ang deu tlang pui 1933 kha kan ring an ti hi irin pueng uti ka sei chho zel du ni ram kan thal don lo ne numhi te lo man ngai lo zau thau lo la he an inner line khani ta ni Mizoram ta cha he inner line ni ya he outer line ve tur ni actually this was supposed to be the inner line of Assam side he chu han en kwali la he ta maya chawan lai chara ti ve ni ma di chotan he di hen chuan helai eng inkar hi he te Manipur la mata chhota ni hemi inkar hi ram zung hi inner line reserve 509 chuni ta ni ta chuan khoi ngai Mizoram ramri constitutional boundary miron ti saklai ta ka chu he hi ni le ta ni he ta hen sak to ka he min rin sak pop me ni survey of Indian ground verifications not yet carried out anti chung si khan hemi map hi imaginary line min draw chho sak ta ni helampang achung lampang hian inner line reserve forest kha Mizoram claim oma Assam atamzo ko le to khami ka soitum lai ta kha chu inner line reserve standard kha ka zong thina ni area eng sep nge nei ti kha chuan alang anti hian manias Ministry of Environment Forest lamatang khan map pakhat ka charani chuda chuan heta puvan ngai tan shet ve thinamo JC nan shet ve thit ang khalo ni to lo ni chu hemi me pangkhan in land reserve forest hemi lo draw sak to a maro chu ta khan ka sei tum chu 509 kha heta puvan ngai soyang khan 1876 a pungai mo 1876 a interesting je ha thil hi hey 1876 a form number 46 a Assam Sarkarina Assam Ram Chunga reserve forest le unclassed forest at notification chuni tani heta hena jiaka sonai ngara reserve forest ming hi reserve forest upper juri lower barak sonai inner line kathakal tivel amve vekani ta hen inner line hi tiana jiak tani hey name of the forest inner line area of 509 square miles khoyange lusai territory ti jiak takal meni 1896 97 form 48 Assam Sarkar ne chokhan 5092 Mizoram lusai territory pomhak china soikha drop chiaron pekha he hini la tan che pek na receive kha ta hian sangkha jakwa panga tanga sangs go sobing kara I chi anla khom chi te kharam pe khom bea I superintendent lusai hills major call mo ta an chi pe khatamang rang khom mea cheng noi khatle singsari sangsari zaruk sumli pasari 1774647 le 1 ana ani chu Mizoram pe a chu mum je chu an mani pon Mizoram omani tian pom 509 kha o ka kha jel tur chuan chu Mizoram chuan 1953 3 October Subramaniam Soikha kha khanin helai fan zongjong kan la khom zongjong chu Mizo district council a fana akal turani antile an pomle chuan ka han kal chhozel china soyang khan akal prit lai ber khan 1971 North East Areas Reorganization Act khanitani kan khia tur chu 1930 le 30 borvela khan Assam ho khan changkang to state territory state bondew ne Assam hi kan khia tur chu undivided Assam is one of the largest state in India ne a hausa a variety bok Assam a chom Brahmaputra de a fartai lutuga mauro po phunila anungal ne tiang khoba at Brahmaputra chu fartai lani an fartai wang thachia pon ne Assam is housing thache balkela antia chuan taila ma tamulan an eisenan rui vetlang pui an changkang vak lo go di changkang kan ti po Assam is wang ni lo nan Assam is wang ni ti kha ka soidu kumsom vel ko to at go ti khan chuan Mizoram ni ti kan shia text mi pek bok an thrid boka so 1971 kha rap thak ta ni like han where were we khoi kan om ti kha ka ngai to ni chu 71 chu ka piang to a kumnga kumruk kania di UT kan nei tran ve don to district council po boy chok ta ho ani leng fe to ma se khami map an ro dong khami ron le talo tat meni an ngai to wangwanga ti te u an inner line reserve iruk sakang unti tani an ru khan recollect ni chu an ruk sakan la mol sia an ram throi tu teng mang ngai to lo zu in le ngai picnic style ram throi ni mei mo an ram ri ro ngai to tak to lo emiti khanin 1971 la khan an lo draw khan survey of india ti hian draw ro lo te ni chu survey of india officer ho kha Assam Sarkar mi le san ni lawa central Sarkar ni an ru na ve an ru milo na kan an ru milo na sakani ta chuan no it's not fair an ti heta khan no si da khan not yet verified government of Mizoram na kon sa an jek chau thlap thapani mo chu wangin Assamina means of rap thak lai ber 1971 ani the dark age mo hami boundary chungchanga chuni 71 akhan tia country lowa kan har lowa an chon mani purkhet nga tinge I boipui emema kan sarkar hena boipui velo ti minzo ni ka channa ranglu tuk chu a hlok lok boipui contract kan mudon loklat kan CM hoten kulwa kham ram boya noi som MLA na muang noi za contract mong chu disa bo hu koreng tro bo majol a hlok lo a faida lo wang han amum lo wang han an lo ngai to pe lo hi lo ne pulal than ho la phei chu ming ka tenga a kan lo pe chong lo boipui lo u an tia fiam thing ka tia ani pon in hun tam tak ne zar kot in chawalua dangkha pe big le ne tro kan lo pe lo ni pon kan ta ni na kha chu kon establish tur ni ka tia ni July taka chuan 509 kha kan la nature cha 1971 akhan minti boita ma sa vanei khak lu tukin 1971 akhan 509 soilan ommi lo hlau mena 509 soilan omlova kan han ti chok ta ka khan mo ta chia chuan tu na hen kan boi chho tan ta boi na lo chho tan kha kan soi lo ka human right violation number 5 real loss ta chuan 17 October 2020 khan Karimganj DC phurlu tu over in kepon open letter ka thon kha khapa khan a hoten ron tiring media ten ron kalvekin mizo tham le mizo thai khan ron sam vela ron halan sam vela ni chupa chu kan hanjir chianga ani na ron soi chu hei hi Assam constitutional boundary chunga mi ni chu wa mizo na ron ne hi diklauten ha pe me ngot me ni kangai to thina khapa khan history jir chiang lawa pakhat na tu nang kan din huna hian mizo le Assam kara hian constitutional boundary kan nei thailo sim awang chu we were never consulted. They have not taken our consent more. Chu vain Assam in andu 1875 atanga andu an rin cho mi khan ting constitutional boundary kan nei theng ka tene chu vain to vaireng te mo sai hapuye mo phaisena mo reng Assam rama ho khutun han mai bain en chuan Assam rama dom furtone example ka soilok nga 93 khan ONGC ko ma phaisena khon oil lei chon tumani ONGC hin oil khur veran tuma ta chu Mizoram sarkar ron dora heta puthang zole ta ho si lining ka hia 93 vel khati kamo pus du son hrianga ta khan ka kal veni ke po ONGC ti ma han ONGC ka thowe wang khan kala an so ta khan phaisena oil verdu Mizoram sarkar ron biak tu makha khwingin map chu antia han zo ta han meban phara Assam khaloni sia okay I'm sorry atia kan chief geologist khanin a map kha khu ta ba excuse us we'll have to go to atitani minathiam ro kan stress sol planet ta ONGC ho pokan anina actual ground Mizoram ania mizo khoni tin sheni phasin chu masa Assam khan andram min nei sakde to meni chu wan map a do at actual ajun kan ramani si lai chawaka 1971-72 du thala anmanina sapatala Mizoram sarkar diriam dewa musid dewa min rin khum kha min pomtiran tumtane chu wangin tuna hian boithak lai bera chu constitutional boundary ne angin Assam soi charchara kenin kan nei lo konti bethung okay an kalan kala tuna hian kan soi 1875 khachu technical takpon englo to tin the general soizok MNF ina 1986 June somthuma remna lemon an sign khan 1971 Northeast Reorganization Act boundary khanom pomtat meni chuan mani apo MNF froi tu tela minister thlengka bia MNF ho hian magdo me chu puri chota thianga thil ti swelling ina nei tlat meni chu tro 1986 30 June khan Mizoram khalni ni shet na nei ni masaka shil thina in shallo 1st March 1966 independent in Swalve khoichin nge in Swal in chalo pota kum somni noi lo ho 8 June somthuma peace accord in China any boundary as envisaged in 1971 nerati in Poma chuchi in pompon shelo le tro shelo in choka shelo lo ho ngai da mangu kotene awan chu kan jirchen khan 1971 ina apoma chu 1952 ni 1953 na pomle chu 1933 ani le ni chu 1933 kha anlo pom veti po ani shelo ni nikuma khan assembly thua ve khatna first assembly can stand to Mizoram boundaries 1875 to very what 1972 signed it masa ka thil fiat tum so ka chu in thasung tur an nilo ram thal pon nilo mo in chikhat pot te heklon ti pung boklo mo ro chu an sign khan shelo ni an sign zo ka 1933 zo khan sign ni le 1933 zo an sign awang chon sei the wak kan ne to lo ko te ni chu ta tak chu 1933 kha teng khan constitutional boundary min pom chon tuma ma se boundary verification ground verification la nei tlat lova neng uti ngai ta 1988 sarkar in bia Assam le Mizoram 1994 CS level in belea 1994 nuwa khan an thua khan CMVV in bia selatini tani 1994 CS level in bia chumi nuwa CMVV in bia sent kan belau tawang fang ne ari to 94 chumo kum zanga kum somni le thumruk tro kum somni paruk kan ngoi ta belau thei khop me achak to ram riti felan chak to neng katia maro chukain belawa beglo chan chuka sei to bek an phur vak lo eng sarkar pan phur lo congress pan phur chong lo MNF pan phur chong lo mani MNF GS ka bia engin phur lo wa tuna ramri hi soi fel ula emene fo hian in chatuan in lal the don lom kati pushet a political suicide don tata ti English political suicide into sanjukati and show to the minister level pan man lo re maklu chu wangin Mizoram ko soi chu picnic sarkar kan nei chau charchara picnic pa chon ramri boipui pe omlawa tro chu wangin khala khan an boipui pe lopang kan lo boipui nge kati ni chu authority min pe sela wang chu interested both re chu mimali na mo NGO na mo boipui chi ni silawa state sarkar boipui chi ne ti tur kan nei silawa ka tui ve se kati ne mane bo ka chau to ang renga ka ammunitions ready mo fire tur ammunition ready to sia mase min mang du pon karing chuang lawa mase ka por va sim suma win yang ka ngai to na chuan Christmas borok te han zo sela mania joint secretary home department rongkalen will solve by March 2021 te ka ring chinila March 21 March nga kila ala rig lo chun rig huk chi ak ngai ko political consideration ni lavin party affiliation theng hilin mizo takin heram ri kan boi pu ngai chu wang khami tur khan ka som lok choni chu inghak le photila thali borvel chu trop puma jo kan hak thei tur ngai la i covid ten lo nivel boknen chu wangin hela hin kan soidu chu nuije thla khai hi human right violation number 5 ka tikha 2004-5 an update leni chu 2005-45 hian hela ya DA ta inziak but have yet to be verified hian paile khangla kan chu tan ngai tu alo paile to chuan Mizoram sarkar ka bank bengal wata hemi map kan ithlun kan lo okay mi ka ti kan shelo anti survey ka kala land review kan shelo dhom an riang ten shelo kan share lovin human rights violation once again the final one they have just deleted that yet to be verified clause 2004-5 wa kham D8 kha kan en chuan abole de to la hin omle to mi lo la yan le omle to mi lo la om tu ni om ta lo ni chu khan moi to hen min bum reng rengot meni khan moi to hen kan boundary mi khak sak renga chu awanga Karimganj DC khalo por em khal alo nia Oh, Karimganj ne na kai ram rin lai borvel kha D8 hian lo cover kha IS sipapo major ne to in la hero vedeu kha oh kha pa khan kha pa tiani mon nilo ma kha pa khan me phi azirngun ni karinga khami not yet verified ti om to si lo khan yes verified assumed to be verified mo ani tani kan la verify lo khan ron por tani chu constitutional boundary ron cross to ti khatiran te tani chu taka chu vinya ka sei human rights violation atam lu tu hi atwar thai chi to lo ti tur nei dang ngamai jona tu dang nei kanam le jon thu dang nei sela again yang tlong all the voluntary pensioner tan tele la fit boxi tungjinga gas burni ka choi aten pakha choi va fit vete tungjinga gas bur kan choya heta paper resource person kan tang le ka mizo ni nom je hi ka tia a class khane tak thai lo sum Vaina macam gas ka SMS ni mo phone kan order me ran kalme heta chuanin venia in prepare to say in prepare bang gas kanun gas ron thengani ati ang kalangai chuti me chu kan lania chu ka sai duna chu ti she nei lo nga ya venia kan som du chu helaya 2004-5 thenga min la bol hin in om ve thokato tuna disina pon se kan puzora mate chuan ama akahot na nelavin angai to na lut lo je chu intingati kha economic molecule te muchok thar le to economic molecule khan heram ris siam theita sela kate ni chu tin ab boy pui tu ashil tu kha ashil uluk lo katia atom molecule te me me molecule is made up of many atoms mo atoms are nucleus so much proton and neutron ne chon electron and vir papa a vir papa kha izuk displace me khoi chon atom bomalo chok ta ne tin kon nuclear physics theory ne ta mase cm chon severe resin atom molecule te devel tin asika economic molecule khalan danin google lan dan chon Malaysia vela khen economics pakhatin kha khalo ti chok to mase ni chu Malaysia chu Asian tigers ani to ne chuan kan soidu chu vini hian assam hian continuously persistently in kan human rights min violate we are not consulted kan then omten kan LSC kan then omten analysis sim chadona piang in ke mani NOC pon le lawa min ron lawa min shelawa andu din lo ring kol kan phal lo ni ti kha soidu ne chumi voina soina chance min peka wang jung ka loma ka thusoi ka tirei to long ka ti to panga amaro chu 1875 ka thengil po nila sei du to mi lo lunglen thak mi me ka ti mania mi pakhat na kan ti tia purhiat 1875 ni lo 1933 isoi chuan min ram thralan ngai che tia teulo mekte amang chu 1875 a khan supreme court amo tribunal amo khemo kalila judge khan gentlemen 1875 a khenge ramle Burmala ma khenge ni le Bangladesh ang ram ti se soi tu kan nei lo thum engei mingle ti se kan nei lo eng ma kan la ni lo angai ni chu wang 1875 ka alung len thak ve shima mo Sailam lalpu beng khoi ta kha an lo zu kal ve than ri pop tur ka mi thlap phechon au im chu ka ti ve tho amaro chu 1875 choi lovin 1933 plus 509 kha kan la ta char chuan pungai seng che khan 509 kan ta ni chuan trobromeng 509 kan ta ni chuan 1875 1863 1965 220 upon ro se tuna boundary verified he siam chopila siam thaila plus 509 kan nei thai chuan it's all the same ale nang reng awang chu vani thak lu tukin 509 kha khamen siam fel kha an mention ngai lo re tuna hian constitutional boundary an sei dan a page 1 509 a 220 Mizoram oma 289 asam om to hemi me ba hian mo hemi me hisap chuan chu wangin kan 509 a 289 min ruk sak kha pero ita ho na kan kalanga hela gandi vela kan en char nga hela chu thalo tha kan tenga kan du chin kan homo kan ti venga kan ramlo tur chin kan zu green felang rilwin ai negotiate tak an du lo cho okay min lo en kol saka pungai ta sang khan alom khop mai maro chu kan tania engting ani inam du chuan man choi ni nom don nge neng tan ti velila tro tin a chemin pek tur 72 thengamo tun thang chemin pek tur ta khamil la pelawa he chu interest lo pon tro ngai kan ngai dam mai don chu mi te ti velila katiani ta chu min hu jang kan tani connection okay dizat hi nei ro ti la an lom don tu tin chu ti rol jan thangram indigenous people movement la chuak che boka anni kha inner line om lo ania silet lam pangmi nia thangram kha chuta thangram ho khan 180 square miles an lua 25,000 people vel mizo anni chu inner line anni vetalo ni chu ke jong ka ngai tua Indian constitution Indian union hnuai an nom chuan it is their prerogative an ma ni right ani asam angai nom du Mizoram atun Delhi MZP an kalpui meka an bulak an kaldon ka bacha ve chu economic consideration ni lovin by blood in kan unau te ni kan unau te ra makanom vedu asam mi ngai to lo tereng reng su kan ngai tong chon ti la dei dona in du zat je kharu za vel an teng an pe meng chu wangin by blood in kan unau tu bulak kan om vedu in ti tlatanga chu har san ti pon heta 289 kan theng don ya ka tiani chu katum karilu me ne ka thu lo wa a phur kan ni ver ngoda ka phur ngoda ka thu lo ti ka kan soi duwa chu wangin veini hen ka soi chu ka unau ten hei hi kan se war san chu ngai ni e viewers mo na kina YouTube tel le melang am tu ka ngaya chu wan veini tlem rem rom mai la kan thu se pe mo ne mem chu nizana khan reverend si sang le na thu se kha in lo enamo synod revival kha abon lu tuk kha pastor ina thu se bon zia kha pu zuram thang hian lo enve pal selemo minis mena freedom enve pal se aza thak antina chang an hring mo ko mani ram po chan ngam lo jun ro po rel to su te piem me to rong me ni chu wangin thilin ti dan he bon so chen oi longa a pathian thu chho riu me pathian ina heram len nam ta na future zuram khovar min ti kan felwang ani lo kan be wang ani don lo pathian in thil rang he aron set fu veka act is policy ren hong trana kan prepare trana tro lailapur raju kan chacheng to a bredan kan to a thili aron siam chho zela wang hianin voinia kan kal khom hian om jene keringa ken chu kan langai tura ngaila khamini han kan sei ve em kan tianga chuan voini hian baby te ho polin ngani hope legal solution in dak na chance min peka wang kaloma maro chu omdon makina atlas anti kan chang le don ne voina kan sei du lai ta ka chu pathian rem ro lin eng ma thil akheng lova kan khia tur pakhat chu 509 hi kan ram ania samram anilo tin sei ka asamram anilo hrim hrim atir tangin chu wangin kan ram asamram kan vachu anilawa kan ram kan lo du ve to kan tin zok me ni van doi thak tak mi tam tak vai ho an lo ma kan enkol pelo ni jon thudang ni lo sakha chu pasa ownership kan ni na kha kan juk proof pho dangai ti kha kan soya chu chu ka soi thei tok ni sela ka khaliam ve hrim hrim mara chu ka seng khan soi cheng lo ko helawa ka tum dan ro chu ka vision ro chu chenga poi mo ber chu kan sarkar hin hoi taka ma ala ka ngaya an lak ngam lo na chan ye langa chu kan sarkar hianin political blunder siam an hlawa ti swal ti de ro ni nan sia anti swal le swal pon chiang lo ni chu tiang khopa ngai tu lo wania mo ram ri khangai tu lo chu wain ram ri ngai tu don lo chuan office thei lo khopin mo sarkar kha hual ngai don ni na lang chu wain a hual tu tur in lo in ready lo ngai to ni ti kha kan sei du ni chu kalome
thei Assam official tena ram rian pom dik tak chu e dolai khal area dolai river bolte khone ti e kachar dc ina scholarship dc nen ale khathona nia chu tu na kan ngai thak tang khan sang khat zariat somsari panga pillar somli le paruk chin chena tena khan ain coordinator 1933 an pom thangam tak tak lo hey hi an pom tik tak chon le khan hi ha kan sai dalan
pulel shat renga changte shat changte tia kan shat lar beng war thak tak kan bound kan border dispute kan land dispute thi kan nei na rei to atu te pon kan interest veka presentation thatak le ngai nom tak miron pe ka wangin achunga lom thu kan soi tak mewa chuan tuna kan resource person apani chon session apani na tan pu vanlel du saka kan soma ani hi MES retired ania ani hian topic hi status on national highway of Mizoram aron soidona tin kan program sheet ta khanin pu du saka mingi lal du saka ti ringo din kan printa kan banner a chang kan ti dik thawa pu vanlel du saka ani dikha milo shat sak ula achunga po ngai dam kan handil tak meu ani e pu vanlel du saka hi lo so mang o
kalome kha pusiata soi ngai nom thiam sia keini soi ve tur hi chu infrastructure lampang ania a in relate thowa ngai la a thome status of national highway in Mizoram tinia hangout kan ron sema theyanga ranga hanbe kan tumanga ti chuan kan history a hian British hoina min of dante min ti du da dante min husit dante soi ngai lo infrastructure min nu chelo ziate kan chianga ao bi min pe a zirna laman tia ani deu berome ti chuan next slide utia te thil dang apo kan nei thalowa kum sang ni nu vela hian miram angin kong kan nei ve don tran deu chau ania ti chuan national highway soi turati kan e wangin national highway kan khoenga chuti rual chuan kong dang kha khoi ve zeu ka du wangin karon tel don bokani national highway hi kem sang khazali somsari kan neya atira agency Mizoram PWD min manga tuna hian PSU tharandina NHIDCL min chu sak faide vek dona chu wang chuan national highway chief engineer te po kalo ni towa tunan CE mek ta chu bial kha PMG soi te khoi se ti ni ta deu mai ni min ngam khop mai min chu bor me kani ti chuan next slide a hian interesting deu mai dona ama saber khi kaladan next slide ngoro back ro boya slide kha chu nakina kami zo che kha achung berki kaladan multi model transport project ania kabial veto ngengea tuna latest cost pay hi chu crore zakwa don ania 95% dan zo to atira khan survey uluk lo ni wangin kanwati tha tuna chuan kem somveli na toy to ni amaro chu kalzel na turaso bar maram lampang nichina pushriat renga na soi Treaty of Yandabu anti khop thei mikol sen ara kanis ho 16 century vela Sri Lanka nam sual ho tenena si pirates lo omto nam upalutuk khakan ridon ani chung ho chu tu na hian AK ringot poi sing chuang an nen tia arakan army hian chu miram paltlang chu ke ka ho phur khop maya ti chuan an ram so ti hian baratangin si tu pot thlengin kaladan so akal phe ni ti chuan so konga son steamer lianaron kal thailo nan friendship bridge antia chaudo a son niam em a kem li thui chaina ho in Burma sarkar an do saka chu wang chuan bridge London bridge anga in ke hong thei khan si lowa chu wang chuan in I steamer lian kal thei don lo ni tuilen lai phei chuan chim sang ta ti chuan a river bed te so lai thu ka ngan tia an lai thu ka ke ni la le kan chu hem boxia kan thi hi tam ve ne kan le thi hi ti chuan tin chumia chon paletuaron khenga nga paletua tanga kong poso India khanin layatuma Indian tendara chua u kung nu khan Burma sipai ho kan lo tiangen tia anni ho hi pusiat ana soeng deuh khan corruption lama chuan an huai veu ni karinga I thatak pon chua po karing lutuk lowa chu wan chuan so I soiro puiwak I chi po ni pon kar hello chu wang chuan ke chon na kina karon rot do na mara ho hi Burma antam zok manga Mizoram ai hian chung ho zo tung zo pheit rama kong zon zok te hi I karon rot hial do na ni ti kha kan soilo kanga ti chuana panhina hian SARDP nuai hian khumi leng puya tang asai rang tang khuan ti khan mamita langkaya tuidam thanga khuan ale lama kan po tur kha tripura suna lai du lo re nga bar at pai nar ho in antia keini chu langkai kan thleng to kan blek tup ut to chu ti ro chu na kalkai na tur kha chu tripura na ti du mang re achan chu wang hun khu kan ram ve kan I ve tla to wang nge ka helo anti zom du lo Tripura kal tur chuan kan mun lama dam chira kala langai ni hei hi kror zakwa don sena ni to kror sang po pel karinga ti chuan chulawa chuan Manipur po tur highway hi kan survey waka kan tia kan thelu ta kror zavelan sang sona noi ber hi nia ma se ti pai mukhai dam ti vela wang khan min soi buaya ti pai mukhai dam hi hlotlin po karing lawa activist and object na salutuka Bangladesh in international water use allow object box ya ti chuan ti pai mukhai da mina ti chuan koi thla kang kan tia heta I dai do lama kalin I tui vai ala tet lai phul len chaka phoi bong nen kara kanila ti chuan lui rap reng to lui ni kal ka yang kan tia chung te po chu kan survey ya chu wang chuan heti lai toi te so tilai khorulian nuai so min sangson vea tuna hian lai mekaniti kha kan soiduni ti chuan heng zong average cost hi anoi khan kan hantia average cost per km hi 9 crore per kilometer ani tunlai highway chuan double lane with treated shoulder antia rin eng hlangemo rin var hlangemo an rin po na hian le lama treated shoulder motor chiate mo enge mo har sat na nei te mo muchuak te mo an han chol lailok na tur truck chiate po a shoulder an om na tur hi motor tlan na tur ni lo hi siam telvek ani to achu wang chuan akong chuata hi fit som thum pathum te ani tlang pui ani ate bera 9 adot karon soinga toiti le ti lo chi lo just don ne ti chuan NHIDCL hian anan ti vele next slide please ta chuan in giải cả hậu hi cái hi khơi mò ar lu rek rek mi khat deu kan ya chu chu giải cả hậu hi eng tin mà meeting na le seminar vela ka bek bora an interest riu maya ta chuan pu hola kai bu deu ber kha tp khaw na kar hila a thale le pek loka chuan japana puwan hela le tp khaw na te khan han kala ti chuan an ron interest ama se Mizoram min engage talo khan NHIDCL hian kror sang riat vel lai an sang sona hi tu na hen tho mek ania an tholo lai chu khopui han divert na turte serchip te na thial te longtlai te khoi mo khohel kha ngai ve ya ti chuan hei hi an construction hi an estimate a chuan 17.5 crore ani line bidar chana average hi 13 crore ani ma midlam khu chu kum sari kum riat nge kum kualai kalta to mi lakal zelania 9 crore khu ti chuan 13 crore vela an chan chuan 26% below in an thok dona material lak na hlasia ka ngai tu khop maya chu wang chuan stakeholder te hi thei ang to ka kan men ve ngai ni kan ma pu riat renga soi anga khatia min paljut mai lo tur hian stakeholder te kan active ve nga ya chu wang chuan tu na kan HRLN te po hian hemi hin scope of work a lo om ve sela min paljut mai lo nan a quality a te mo kom enge mo standard cha te mo thil tam taka khan min ignore turan ni lo kan ming ve to ni ti hria tangai pu hria tanga men hra hi ngai ani kan ti duwa ngani kan naw nia kangam deu ni pon min lo hra thiam sela tin champhai kong khi bharat mela an ti deu vek to a hei modi hi chuanin at vai minga phona sathi bharat mela project a hian an tia enge mo wangin survey thalwan ti mai kha puzora ma thin ura ate min ron lo tiang tin lo ti mai atia khimi kol kula tanga tui chang pan na khlep nget khi national highway tlang ni reng lo khan an lo alai na lo male NHIDCL hian rin ain ati tak chuan freedom fighter chun lo hlau riau khilai khian ti that le vek pha chu wang chun avain an tender theilowa an tender chuna hi 13 crore in sanction an ho par kma 11 crore in an award ani chu 15% below valin an award tina ni chu estimate a in ti chuan ali sahi kanaya ka da tel chi lo ngoro bek lela alink khan click lock te khongain hemi detail ho ei chu excel in a seat in kanai veka ti hian scroll down theya kha chu engema specific adu in om chawin kan peng chau tuna ka hanau ta en ka print tel lawa back to slide ti chuan next slide a kalila tuna PWD nan chanve cheng hi chu ana hi tlem to khop maya chief engineer nuai hian avayan en kol pe khor za potling to lo ni chu tiang chu chief engineer highway in an en kol vea maintenance nature de vekani hei chu kal sanang thilom sa thil tharan ti na po aom lo aom chuna chu khumi tlong lei do fu lo riverbed ai sang de foundation lo ta khu enge mo thil fel lo wangina case cross thei lo ania nor renga wangin bowstring guard steel bridge dozo mai ol sam deu anten dara ma se khu case khu chapter close ma chuan a fresh kana wat theilon ti box ya heng to be kan beng chen deu lo chuan a kalkalin kal se nge a fresh tender tin a wat du lo tia I think Mr. Kuman should take this as a point when he meet Mr. Nitin Gadkari. Next slide. Tichuan tuna hian serchip te chetlang te serchip na thial te longtlai te jaika project a hen a kho hel na tur hi an survey me ka kan ron ti lang mai ni next slide tin tu na hian DPR an siam tir me kho hi kem za thum som ko pa ko double lane turania an siam me chuan 20 crore per kem an ngai ula 6000 crore vel tur he tu na hian Mizoram a hian I Bharat Mala hian ron luang lut don ani chu tu na hian estimate siam mek ani tin tunlaya an tendering system hi estimate hian han siam tak na hi chu sarkar sanction purpose an tender hi EPC mode inam tia a survey nga design nga specification a siam nga a material man tur te an ti fekanga ti chuan chu mithiam in house nei vek tan lo chuan tender poi chan thei ani lo ani amaro chu loophole se ro chu a om zel ni in kar hia adot le ale tin Mizoram sarkar hian DPR survey ve mek kan neya chu ni china ka soi Manipur potu truling Manipur via Tipaimuk this survey has been going on but in spite of all efforts given during my time because of Tipaimuk High Dam we may have to realign chu ania tin chu lo chu tu na hian NHIDCL ho hian Mizoram in kan deal mi lo in Manipur khan guiterot kan ti he an ron di highway ron declare lo mole kan deal mi lo lai khan tui vai thleng an tia kan zu complain ai tui vai thleng hi highway ni thailo kan tia an han siam thalea keifang khing an ron tia chu tu na hian chu survey chu ka hun lai hang kan lo zo vek mana ma se tu nain consultant roin an survey ya helai hi active taka enangai na chu kung sa mai ron survey ni standard at lingdon lo re truck full load kal thailo na tamlu tu min bolan tu ma chu wan kan meng karang puriat hawin ti kha kan soi duwa tin chu lo chuan kan deal mi lowin Manipurami tribal nupui nei IS Minister of Road Transport and Highway akhuan secretary no oma mar ho ngai pui mo ma atha vaireng te train mar area turin sakordaya new verve ka chuak turi kan deal mi loin highway min ron pe ve ni lo mong khom maya amaro chu soi nok du se chu tuna inner line chung iti mayang 1933 rin chunga mi khania boin ti boy thei tak po ani ome ti chuan anexa kalleang maintenance highway hi chu kan in sema PWD Mizoram mina la chan chu khing te mai khi ni chu pon zo trepa adot le hi chuan NHIDCL khan an la zela min chu sak 5 vek don ni na langa engeni they are trying to take more than they can handle ani don ani chuchum Manipur aponia Nagaland upon it happens all over the northeast tuna hen retired how the executive director aten la tiang chuan mishing khan in dai si lawa train man por nei hi hare me ma Mizoram hi train man por chun kan thakop maya khang te kha ania chuan next slide ahian PMGSY kan te khi abstract ania PMGSY hian KM Sangli Zali Somriat Pathum ma kan la to ta chuan upgradation ti kong omsa blacktop lui to chei that le na village road ni si khani village road a declare to record network kan siama 2001 khan AC planning kan ilai kan siama nia chu min approve saka ti khana kal ta zela tuna hian khoza thum som thum pa rup le upgradation blacktop inat lo to chevek to si ti non le nga yang ho kha som panga kan ti bel le to chu nen chuan khoza thum songa pakhat ani poisa central to hi crore Sri khat sang ni zani som kuwa panga thì hi 1229 นั่นนี่ไม่ใช่ฮีเอ็นนั่นเลยง่ายอย่างอลิสคันฟิกร์เตะคันอมโดนะที่ชวนปอยสาลบาลานซ์ฮีครอสังขัดจารุกสมประคัดอันสังสนัดจังอินอันนี้ที่ชวน PMGSY ฮี PMGSY 1เละ true นั่นเช่นนะ true switch over ตัวเฮียนโซโลกันลังอาวางินมีเศษจน true โปpackage 2 package 3เต็นเท่งโตเกนี่จู PMGSY 1กันละโซเวโลวางเฮียน PMGSY 2000จังอินจันนั่นเนี่ยตัวน่ะเฮียน2020นี่ตัวกุมสมเนี่ยโปอาเฟสักกันโซเทโลวางเฮียนกันหนุฟูงาจุมินโซพอดโลจวนตีนอาปากเกจอาเฟสทรูติแมง PMGSY 2เฟสปอนติโลฮีมินละจันตีร์เทโลนี่ next อาฟิการ์คัตสุกีอินลักษณะนักกินไอ้เราเสียมทำไมโดนเนี่ยก็ติดเราอมไม่เท next เขียนเสียงในวินาดีเทลคัน bit by bit ที่เราออกมา next ให้ balance work PMGS อ้วนบีก็กัน balance work กันละนี่เลยง่ายละนี่ชูมาเลยจุงเตียงชูกันดินมุนันเนี่ย next กองปุ๋ยเชียดชันฮีกันตุยปุยยังไงกองปุ๋ยเชียดชันนี่ตุยปุยเงยยังไงอะตาเฮียนmaintenance กันมาโมครอร์นี่ส่งปริยัดอันนี้ลายน์ครอร์ซาปอดลิงเหล่าฮีมินเปียนิกุมข้ากันมันตัมเบอร์กันก็ดีเวลเลยเรื่องรีไทร์ได้ตัวเสียมินเราเทียมรู้กันมันตัมเบอร์จุมอันนี้ซิติเซนกันนี่ว่ากันก็ดีเวทให้เท่าลมติโรติชวนอัชันทรังฮีgap funding ฮีอาเลียนเบระอดตาชวนกันปอยสดอังฮีกราวน่ะกันมังทะโลนี่มาโซนนัตูร์อาตามขบไงอดเลชวน drainage กันอุลุกโลเซียฮีกันเทรเวกโอเมปุโรบุลชวนิน 10 commandment of road maintenance สัตยาปักขัดนะ drain ปันฮีนะ drain ปฐุมนะจู drain เท่าปาลีนะ drain ปังอานะ drain ปารุกนะ drain ปัสสารีนะ drain นะทีจูวันชวน drain กันง่ายป่วยหมดเราเตฮีserious ตินวันตลางอินะกงปุยตุยกันล้วนตีรุมหุมฮี corruption นี่แห่งเตปอฮีกันตีตูรันนี่เรา citizenin ตีเตติน drain เวงชะเราชัวเบียลตุขัดเทียมเรานี่ตีเตปอฮีปอยมันนี่ชวนอดเลยชวน poor construction standard เลี้ยงปุย airport Mizoram PWD นะขุดติตะกัดชาติเทียมคนคงกันเสียมเทียมรีโลตัดที่มาสอนนะตูร์จุกันนี่จุดตาชวน everyone has our own respective responsibility as a stakeholder as an activist as a government as a ministers as the engineers and as the contractors we all have responsibility in this a percentage in ang long mai thai ti chona dot le chuan procurement system hian procurement system hi chu tunla international language handia tendara na pek chungchang ang hi ni ber mai hemi hian standard operating procedure te oma World Bank phei chuan green book an neya Asian Development Bank hian in World Bank ti daran copya green book an ti ve moni blue book an tin karya antia tuna hian India sarkar po hi khovel procurement system hi modi hian ti ve du thlata tiang chuan estimate siam ti na thok thiang lo ti bur mai ni alu phol si Mizoram apoin lam hu kha overall in India picture ani lo estimate siam ti na thok thiang lo tin supervision consultant ti hi a ran painan turan yanti mani estimate siam kha owner hian supervise siang lo America chuan kum som nga vel lo practice dai to America khuan mizo engineer pakhat zo liana oma khumi Burj Khalifa satu te company khuana thoka anti dan ka zuzir a kan thawlu tu top maina chu wang chon procurement system a hian mason da tur kan nga khop maya engeni tin capacity building angai stakeholder tin kan til lo tur mo kan ti hi kan tel ngai tin tel ve satle mu hil mai lo tur chi tel ngai stakeholder represent tur hian chumi ni lo chuan in thila fel lo thin ani ti te kha kan soi del dua tin ka soi ve fo chu hey sap tu finga chuan a stitch in time saves 9 tinia road a chuan a stitch in time saves 9 into 900 times kati hiala ni kai chuan ani lo chuan kong kha black top te kut pha tiat pop hi isiam ngal chuan a thareng isiam lo chuan a lian tual la kum khata ni chuan hemi kan hol tiat hi a khok vek ngang a chan chu a mel ma tui khalut la tolom ten commandment a pasari nan thleng hau tu kha tuelu chuan tui khan hor che zelani chuan maintenance fund chung chang hi hemi zok hi helam zok in click la allocation hi kum som kalta hian kan mutra khop lowa ma se nikuma hian enga tinge aspite tak vak nom sa cross ani somnga pali ani line cross ani som rup pakhat min pe achan chu सरकार में साहन पैसा मन थे लो खोर जरिए के हम मुछिया मिन पेटांगे नहीं नि PWD का ओ चुवांग चुवान चुति चुंग चुवान कुम सोम backlog अदाई लोग न जेल kan tihian kan backlog hi in spite of that 1268 crore lani चुवांग चुवान Poisa min PWD te enable zel lo chuan emo road maintenance agency te kan enable zel lo chuan kan thevek lom ni kon pui tanga bui chali po ABC nan thoka kong omlo ang vekina chuak le a tiro chuwang chuanin no roads condition a chuak le responsibility fix po om chuang silo kalemo mo pa tuna khuanin asiam than na kha nge ni ratna huin an thok me ka an ti tha ang reng phiana chu hei hi ni chi na phek balama Mizoram sarkar in a maintenance backlog a chu chuana a file number po karon da an ziak nge kan backlog hi kum khata maintenance backlog a hi kan requirement 263 crore vel ani line 24 vel chau kan don chuan ti khan backlog a hi 218 crore per year ti kha ki noi ber ki kan backlog chu hei hi gazette a 2017 na ti chua thlap ani chu ti chung chuan kan allocation hi backlog reduce na tura kan malak na hi alatlem ani AC NEDP poisa bang sem turan thutta khan kumina liam san maidon sia khata khan kan kong te hi an tha a ma se kha thareng don lo chatuna dei lo kum tina dua takavil renga ngai ni routine maintenance te periodic renewal te strengthening te thil tam taka omani back please ki tilaya reference number kati ki gazeta unpublished dona PWD secretary lalram thangana assign nan gazeta an chuata ami karon ladeu kher ani hey kan hello mai theya truck overloading hi bridge te pozo chimatiro u kong hi chu thial som mok mai ni tunan kan loading standard a hian cement bag za thum phur turen zanga ten phur mai nia kong chuột khan ngam ngai nam lo re reng i heti hian Rosalini te hian thil akepa hian an truth sela pushia ta te ang parit de fruit nen join thlau hrim hrim don khatiang ani wang khan heta hian dan an siama India in chu truck overload hi poi ema link han click la hei hi bui chali bul tun kum tira Mizoram kan tram ti na kong che khan tiang deuh lir khu anita ni chumale khuta khuan ABCI te khanin khroreng mo zat bilan la vetla tani ti chuan norot conditiona heta hian responsibility fix tur hian thil ti poimo mangai na chu ngatingei take over ngatinge liquidated damage te impose lo ngatinge dan angati tur khatam mani chu wang chuan standard operating procedure for taking over of the roads from a contractor, whether there is a damage, whether it is rectified, the zong kha legal nature tamlu tukani chu kan ti lo chu engineer ten kan ignore chuan the engineer office hian legal advisor angai ni mai anom lo chuan engineer khana engineer nature khan helama hana thlu ka da lo chuan Delhi ate chuan khan ne ya kan nei lo wa ti chuan next hei hi a that lai mi ni same highway chuan next tu na hian kum som ni kalta vela Australia hoina anti angchi te khovel ram changkang in anti chi kha kong hi noro tani huna a chelai zon turani lawa kut pha te kem za zong tur chuan mo ke kalchi ni lo chu wang chuan scanner khan tia scanner hian internet a engkim receive na ne ya kha ni na thona heta excel data lo compile tun oma chu engtika nge restore turani ti kha standard operating procedure an ne ya khang ho khan in an ti lo chuan hoi ti tun oma hoi ti tu om lo jan eng mani lawa chu wang chuan stakeholder te kha huai ti tun umangai ni tin stakeholder ten engtika nge hei hi black top ania engtika nge date of occurrence of these potholes ai kan hriat anga ya restore ni em ti poi hriat kan tum lo kan boundary ang chain chu wang chuan stakeholder tan hian involve na tur atam ani tin heng khol pai kan leave mai tur ani US President aircraft ang ato ni lo nei huna kan le meng chu chuan back please chu wang chuan overloading te hi pavement hi chi som vek thei ka ti ha chiang ti ro kan overload wang ani overload control turian PWD in Transport Department a Secretariat in Anziaka Transport Department chun action pola chuang si lowa ukil rual ho chun justice delayed is justice denied an tiang deuh khan a delay ringot khan a thiam do ne mi khang te khang ngai stakeholder ten kan ti lo inga ti voi ni hen way bridge nei ti kan thre USA khuan kazin zing ang renga an konga khuan ka travel zing khopa Greyhound bus ka lamaya travel Greyhound bus te chu overload lo hrim ma sen regulation khanin way bridge khan way bridge an tet la han thalak ka watuman phallo achunga passenger chuang lot khan lak du ban thalak an phallo reng ti khana la an system a chuan heta away ta khan thona atlin lo chuan motor vehicle authority khan action an lamai dona an lau lutuk chu wang chuan an overload ngam lo top ma se India ram hi overloading soi ho na hen katel jing ve to Indian Roads Congress a po hian enge ni committee sang ate katela kan soya aboi thak chu India ram an thil ti har ani ti khan soi cheng mai ro se next slide please ให้กัน overloading regulation จูเนีย407อังเก็บปลีในเฮียนินมอเตอร์รีซองเนน7.5 ตันเวเจียอันละเทียจวน TMB ปังไงเห็น19 ตันอันละเทียจวน10 ตันอันพูดถึงกันติดลังปุยอามาเบร์เวดรีนะฮีขัดเตียงบอร์เวลนี้วางขันเตียงขันนี่ที่จวนเกสมปันฮีในนู้นแต่ในไทยแต่โหลดลักไทยให้ฮีนี่ให้ฮีเตสเวกเทนี่เก็บประคัตินเองจะโหลดเงี้ยตีข้าcalibrated machine จวนข้าหลับปังโหลดเกณฑ์จัดข้าริดเชื่อไม่ถือโอเคนี่ปุ๊กันดิ้งถืออินบุกน่ากันเกจิข้าลูกหลังไม่ผู้เชี่ยวแต่เจ้าเกจิจัดจวงนี่ไม่เทีย110 มั้งเตียงขันโคลขันอาหิลไหมโคลินาหิลข้าล้มกันดูโคลินาหิลข้าตุนมาชวนไว้บริดสมนาควรเมกาเลตโพสต์กันอินจูทีนั่นทีอาจารย์จุดจักรโซ่ขันสังนิเตเต้นเปียมาเซโคลินาหิลเซลังเทคโนโลยีเขาเวลาตัวน่าเฮียนฮิตาจี JCB excavator เตฮีอันนะ GPS location ฮีอันไอตูเนี่ยนัดเล่งเซลไอ้หล่อรู้ดิปนังกัลซอนตีขาดเทเซลจู่วางจวนขัดตีอังคารอัทนังข้านั้นจุก correct ไม่โดนอารมณ์จู่มีนี่เราจวนเวบริดจ์ดินเรากันตีจวนนินเวบริดจ์อินเทอร์เน็ตdata ทนเทนี่เราจวนนินอินบุ้มเลวnext ก็ตายมีมินมันไอ้สปุยมก็สวยเรียมก็แค่ละวะจวนกับวิชั่น ISCT ที่ interstate connectivity ที่นี่กันดีเซลเตกันเปโตรขัลน่าจังเตียนรอนไฟนั่นสินี่จวน national highway จู federal rim government of India น่ารอนฟันเวกันนี่มาเซ highway ที่กันดีลเวทียงกันนี่กันดีลินมินเปบริกิเดียร์ที่ไซโลวันตุยปังเข่งอดีลาหลอดลิงติจวนผู้ฮอลหุ่นไลน์อันเดอร์เซตรีคอมไลน์นั่นนี่รัตุกงเข่งกันดีลากันหลอดลิงกันดีลาหลอดลิงตั้มไหมกันดีลเข่งอินมินเปอินเดียเฮาส์เวตัวโควิดนัวเฮียนอินเดียเฮียนบูมโชว์เลยมินุนไฟแนนซ์เล็บผมไม่ยังจู่วางจวนดูทุกันเราสามเราจวนอดิกเททรินเราเงี้ยนี่ reactive เจ้านี่ฮิตเรา proactive นี่ไงโมจู่บางชวนให้ไงเฮียน reactive ตูรินตุยดมาอันเตียเอเดน่ะตุยกุกรัลตันโฮอมน้ำมุน่ะเอเดนทารันติงเอเดนหัวนันติงหุ่นตาคุณอักลขาทรีปุระหันรุนไลซอมดูสีละว่างางฮิการมุนละมากันเฮรโกยไม่รู้กตินานี่อดเลยฮีใบระบีสิโพการมุนกติเขรนัชันฮีตูน่าอัสสัมหูตานะ outer line มิโซรัมตานะกัน inner line เวนนานกตินี่อินทรัเทียมไม่เอ็มให้มาพิกัสตัดดีเวนัสานีมาพ collection พวกกันไอทราติจวนอดเลยฮีขันปุยนั่นเทรมเขารู้เรียนเปียเจ้าจัลฟิลกลางชุดตาเขียนออกมาไซตัวละมินรอนปวงเซลิงชักเลยมินขี้อามินเร่งโดนรับทักลุตุกขี้ตาเซลเขียนตัวน่ะบารัดมาลาเขียนนั้นอะไรเสียขี้มีเฮลนะขี้กันเสียมเหล่าชวนไก่ฟังจังอารมณ์เฮลข้างไงกัตยาตินเฮมีสกอร์ได้จริงมุนจิริบามกันตีฮีกันบารูนาวเตเรียฮีกัจจาราโปไงทานนิยามมณิปุระโปอันไงทางเรงอันรถเดนซิตี้โปนิยามตัวนาเฮียนบารัดมาลาหน่วยมณิปุรไซต์จิริบามัตรังอินตุยรวงกามะวังไงตลางเประอันรอนซนสักเมกะมิโซรัมเฮียนอารอนดอนเลนะจริงการนี้จักจริงมุนารอนชวนนะตัวนี้จุดีลริมีอะไรวะดีละไงตีข้ากับวิชั่นสเตทเมนต์ชูนี่อาจารย์เงี้ยอันติเมกันอมเสียเลยอวยตั้งในไทยนานมณิปุรชีฟมินิสเตอร์เลยมิโซรัมชีฟมินิสเตอร์ปนจันรัวไทยนานขี้ปอยโมนี่กัตยานี่เฮ้ยพวกกุมารนะปอยกับเราบรีฟนัวตัวชวนกระบุงกรปุยชัวกันที่สนุยจะทักขบไหม korpui chua son i Martha thal va ek char lai hian i khothlang tui puiso dai kai tum me su chira thuk lu tuka bong ho pon kal theilo nia chu wan chon sotiang thu ka son longa kal theilo rim shima voi duai lo authority te ho ka ril towa sota sonan vatia World Bank Road kan ti the land custom station integrated check post what not kan ti sota son longa kal don lu TMB phur khat chu local mana tuilen lai lo po all the time 24/7 kal turin lom kan du chu tilai chu khoi lai nge bora horina so sajuk lui chu kan te kan boundary lui so tun ma pluya chuan puria ta khana ma pluan en sela selling lui an lo tianga tuna hian sajuk lui han tia e Bangladesh yo chun kala pani tenti sota son longa kalangai solai so kan ramania amaro chu puan khai reserve sanctuary forest in an puan lai area so di reserve square miles something 30-40 vel so tila tok mai ti khan trakina nu kai nga tin tlabung leng kir so aum to mialo tlabung an ti chan so leng kir nia siltin karna fulin an khuata khan a ai li lian thili na zum reng chon a chaklam hi dai dula alo breka a break chuanin sil kha le atlam ngol mol mai ni tlabung leng kir so bo dei to ani chuan ISC tharatana kan rot chu hun ka mang nem sia hey helai selesi khamrang hi aizor bypass na koi mo ma train station ku si mui ku functioning ang ma se rangwa mual train late la nial train truck azam muna chuan kan la ria chuang chun khu bypass na khu ngai bai hey hian ma lo la lo ti em vai nge interstate ka ti ifati la ve ti mai thei baira bia chu kang railway no nan mo railway ho khian line an siama a maintain na truck road apulam kalti lo re a rail jong ne na nor ve kuna mual minun ai ting ti do restoration le kum so mani mai chu bang jon hei hi poi mo do na ni tin lord pu po kher ka ti na chali man nia indigenous people ho ka chare re local ho te ram ka chir zat do ani tin khuwa pha the khang ni bung sinzol ka ti hi Burma ne na kanin rina hian luikan mi lo na lai chu khuang pha bula khian ko na oma chu ko na chon bridge do ngai lo in Burma kan po chuanga khe ta tidim tlang kan han lon liamanga indo puilai tidim road British hoina an construct pelin kan kalanga ta chuan zo munte thuam chakate khuate kan han pong khami kha Asian Highway 1 an declare Asian Highway hian Mizoram atlok velowa Manipura akala Morea akala Mandalay akala Rangoon akala Asian Highway hian min tlo velo wangin Asian Highway kan po na tura poimo pakhat bultan nani kong poin la nei si lowan ti chuan tin tu na hian ngai tu thui deu mai chu tria watanga hai mual chauki man lai kong hui khatrak ro tin sipai hukin lai zau ringota zau engang ma se chau chuan in kal thelo mo chu wan chon ki kong khirin tlak tak don lo ti hret tu Indian $60 million a pe ngota ngai saksi lo wa mo next tin international highway hi kan visualize sangai kha ISC train kan kalau tel kha heta zo khian om turani ngopa khong phu zo mu ni chuan tu na poi mo chu aizola tang khuan lungleng pia ko na khuan kan kalanga tlong kan ka nanga zime tlong bridge phei chu khorini ma kan kai chowanga kan kal liamanga khu ta mar para le parvat tuin kara kan kalanga sil suri tangin sajektlanga kan lon liamanga sajektlanga train khakra chari chakma le tui ku kho khopui chutatang chon international highway kha po chittagong khu KM Zathum somriat paruk ani don ani gauhati ai pon an nai ani chu khan de chichagong pot te hu zoom kan tum lo reng reng Tripura chun fing lu tuk they have already connected with dry pot an declare chuan container an sil to kha chichagong an check to ngai lo an thon chua po container basin tu na Tripura ho chun kal zung zung to ke ni chu leila purin dan cha vil mai men kan lo ma mo raju te whatever mo khami avoid nan khan he poi moi me mani nichina ka soyang khan kaladan multi model chu allah lalu tuk phaileng a black top mar para theng black top om khumi tang khon ma ma saila asang so na chu he ta I khore ni ma limen lama puria ta te veng chim lam nu chon ram so alo lun pha venga kuli kon lam ti chuan chu chu kan ti ngai tina dot le chuan kan pi pu te nan lo soi thin I Tom Herbert Lewin aten min ron run ma khan chandra guna khun lo dor dei to silai mu te pon zu lei to violent ma khan mission compound om to chandra guna hospital ate pon lo zu nan mit to tang karo thang pui te khachu lo zu kal sek to khu korpui chuan ti rau chuan korpui chua khuan tui kual ai lian ret a chi te ti tiang korpui lui oma khothang tui pui ron fina apia le che kha selling tlang ania chu selling tlang chu han lon liamila I kaptai dam kama kan kalanga kaptai dam kam zela kan kal chuan I khuta kaptai muk atangin chandraguna kan zomang pile pu te tang khan chandraguna kha poi motlatani I an lacham mi ate po chandraguna chu kan phetho me tina dot le chuan barmaramin I kolodain kanti khochak tui pui kanti hi anni chon boinun lo tia boinu kama oh ne bridge part ne nan ron rirup to kong pui highway kan da lai thleng si lo chu reactive chau kan ni chu bridge ne nan ro indo thlena mania eme led sin thana athu nei rualan vakal khan kham huna te khana thren jun han kalvela thate pon lamai thei thalak ringot khani lo selfie ringot ani lo proposal angai fe chua pui angai mo adot le chuan zong ling to Myanmar border lailen pi rezua hei hi matu ho khopui matu pi atlo anga I tun matidim road kanti kha kheta Dimapur atangan laizel Churachan pur kal tlanga tidim road anti kal zel kha khuta Bay of Bengal khengin British ho hian an lo siala chumi chu azupo anga hakha tangin rezua tangin matupia tangin enge ni kha nai pido kaldonani chu wang chuan nai pido po na ha Mandalay ringot hi ril rui tilawang u Mandalay po ringot hi maraho tan hlalutuk mo chung chu ka vision achu ni next hey hi Mandalay road atana chief engineer highway kan I line sang ni som pakhat khan ke chuka chila backdoor lu te ka chinga Joint Secretary le Chitragonga Indian High Commissioner tenen kan ti hot chuta ka email atanga karon hai chuani ka computer chu crash ka lo nei to lo email hin lo fail khop mai mo lo da thringo tu na min presentation min ti don hian ka hai chu ka chu ta mi chu ani chu propose route to Mandalay ti ani a kem khi ka chiar phachi lawa 695 ani lalo tiru Siliguri ang vel ning chutro next slide please Chittagong route ki tu na ka soi khania khi map chu ni mai Chittagong hi a chim viau min tiang e ai zola hi amara wangin parvan en son in zon regani o chitrakong hi chuti em na chim lo ma se parvala ma chuan kem zaruk do ngai kong kwal na salut tu kamo bandar bans kan bomu naute omna te somi ason kaptai da mina chim lo china kal thei chung te po chu Chitragonga Indian High Commission tele IS Pachal Joint Secretary te na kan soi ho ma bron siam ro antia ka thelu kha kalula kol thakia wa chu ani chumi tanga ka screenshota option ti so karon lak chu ani kamap nei kha alo resolution a thatlo wangin tu na hian Google Map mi karon kapchara karon la zo kani next ti chuan hei hi rau trang ani chitrakong po turin hei chin lo chen mai don nia next hei po rau trang chu ka eng lo trang ka screenshot chu nia next 2011 ami dai to ni next hei hi aizol jiri bam chu Vaireng te tru aizol hi 4 lane turin tuna hin an survey me ka DPR an siama chu an draft DPR an la siam lo draft feasibility report hi a detail ang ring khop mai mo chu mi ko ma mi chu karon screenshota vas pai na puan chu every state capital should be connected with 4-lane road atia ti chuan silcharan ti top sia kan lung oil wa lekha kan zia ka dio letter CM kan zia tira Mizoram atram masa khan Mizoraman lung pakhatin sawapam hi kap thang ser khan lama 2-lane dang kon puilama 2-lane dang atia Government of India lamhan lo thiam lu tuk lo nen khati lai khan tol ro chani turani tia ke ni Mizoram atol tur kha motor tlem lu tuk atol ho lo po khan thok chuak don si lawa tol facilities tur te kan traffic data kan han thon khan atham ralta ma se modi chona ro invest mi don ani thungana was pai khachon theory na soya modi hian takin aron ti ni khalai khan gap om in mai palange hijack lo re an tel lo lom in du chon en vek ro east west corridor khan silchara top mo khalam khachu history ni tuna current hing i boy puyang u ma lai khan sol khachu min ngai dam vek tolom tro kalvari tang khan khalam khan chen tun lo ti to khalam chun cheng lawang next hei kan soi thei chin chu ani kalome
Puvalal do saka presentation bengvar thak tak lok thak tak miron pek saka wangin ne na lom thu kan soya kan next resource person hi Puvalal ruata ani hianin a presentation miron pek saktura a topic hi non-establishment of human rights commission tiania Puvalal ruata ain arem chan chuanin lo so mango
le hun thatak kan neya lom oma hun men pe ka wangin lom thu kan soi ma sa ni ka thu pui ve tur hi human rights commission nei lo chung chang ani thunga a thu dang deuh leka amalama khan thunga inom tak tak te beng war thak tak tak te kan ngai tha kan soya khang nen khana thu hin ang lo dewa ka soi ve tur hi khal ruang reng riu ma a soi tu ni po hu phuromang reng let linga tin soi ngai nom har don khop maya ka soi ngai nom zo pon ka ring chia lawa amero chu apoi mo ni apoi mo wanga ngai thaturin ka ngen ma sadu cheuni chu ta chuan abultan nana ka du chu khongain panelis ni lo panelist tel loin human rights violation victim kanom toem không ai ban parte human rights violation victim kanom chuan kanom lo tro venia helaya oma hian human rights violation victim kanom lo ni chu lo chin siam o chu kan en do na ni chulai ta ka chu kan subject khini human rights commission kan nei lo chung chang kan soi don chuan apul ran na chuan human rights chu enge ti te mo enge human rights violation chu ni a tiang chi kan soi ma sak ngai ta chu hun at tlai do to box se thu ma nei du lo in ka soi du kan lut nga langa ama sapera chuan human rights kan ti chu khi e presentation hi ka tar langa cheer phaim ka selowa human rights chu missing kan nia pathian in min siam missing kan lo pian chua awanga dik na chan vole zalen na kan nei to phot hi human rights ani kan lo piang chua ka ei tur kan mamowa cho ei chu kan dik na chan vo ni chu wang chun right to food kan nei ni chen na kan mamowa chen na kan mamo miao wangin chen na kan mamo miao wangin right to shelter kan nei ni tro chun missing kan nia kan lo lian theta kan trong thei ta ka trong thei chun thil ka soi do na ni enge ka soyang ka du zong chu wang chuan right to freedom of speech right to freedom of expression ka lo nei ta ni ani tro chu ka lo pian chua wanga dik na chan vo zalen na ka nei zong kha human rights si ania a huam ve ka ni chu human rights kan tia chu eng nam nge kan ni mi pa nge ka ni mei chia eng ramami nge ka ni a eng sa khuang nge ka bia ka ti te khami eng vun ka vun rong hi eng ang nge ti khan a khoi dang lam lowa sap le midum human rights ain ang vek ram chang kang bera cheng le ram nu fol bera cheng ten human rights an nei vek ain ang vek nam fing tu na la nam fing ber le nam mol ber ami te hian human rights an nei vek an rights ain ang vek ani chu kan right chu chi sang a thiar ania civil rights te kan tia soifia du lo wela a hre thiam rual kan kal khom boka political rights chaoma economic rights chaoma social rights chaoma cultural rights chaoma ni hang kan right kha chi sang in kan dik na chan vo ka chi sang a thiar the nia enga po chu ni se chung missing kan ni wanga kan dik na chan vo lo om ve chu lak bo chu sak ne chu violate thian ani lo ni missing kan ye wanga ka dik na chan vo hi tu man mi chu sak thiang lo kan Mizoram sarkar hen mi chu sak thiang lowa India sarkar en mi chu sak thiang lowa ramro puya kan ngai America pon mi chu sak thiang lowa UNO me pon chu ka right chu mi chu sak thiang lo ni chu tiang ang right chu sak thian lo chu kan nia chu ti lai chuan kan right chu hu be then restrict thai ani voina helaya om ho hi tuama ber hian pona va chuakin ruk varuila tu dorami mothil varuila min man se fin fiana sa to ne kotin thiam lo min chan tirin thathum zel tang turin min ti se missing kan ye wangin ka du to ka puar chok ka ei thei ka mu phak chinami chu ka du chok ka thang thei ei tur ka thang thei maro chu kan mu phak chinain ang lo ta chu mai ni lovin ka leng kwal theya zema boka alung le ya sai ha delia new year ka kal the ni chu tu jon dik na chan vo ka nei ni mase thathum chung zela min khung don chuan chu ka dik na chan vo then ka chu hup be anita a cho ka ei tur chu ka du ka thang thei to lawa zela an pek tan pang ngai thotana chole dal tholea chole dal bok nge sa te telem khami e sarkarina apek tura ati chin chi akha ka dong to don ani chu ka cho ei thei cho ka du zong ka than thei kha restrict alo ni don ni chu a thei ni ti lai ro ka chu kan hriat te langai ni chun human rights kan rights chu khwe tang nge kan nei ti en le tai la hei ta hi katar langa katar lan aya poimo ma sa om chu kan right kan dik na chan vo kan zalen na chan vo chu pathian tanga kan nei ni pathian in min siama he khovela hian min da chu wang chon chu dik na chan vo chu pathian in min pesani amaro chu hei ukil kanom deu nuala กันเสียจูปะเทียนนี่นะดิกนะจันโฟมินเป็กชวน legal binding อมเรานี่ตรอไฮโคตาขินงดเทโลจู่ๆบวยฉากลายปะเทียนนะจังไรจุกันในรัวลินจู่ไรชวนจู่ legal binding อมเฟตาโลนี่จู่เสียนะ legal binding อมจินไรกันในนะจู่ตั้มตะกอมาอบุลปุยจู่ international covenant และ treaty สวะขันในงัดตานี่เฮ้ยกปูปุงายาอมาอันนี้ฮิจวนให้มีหันสอยจวน Atlantic Charter แต่สอยจักริงเก็บพวกก็สอยจักมาเสไว้ในการ subject จวนขลังขันอีเลวิน International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights และ International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights ข้ามีปัญหาบีกับไว้ในการ subject จวนป่วยหมดตานี่ Covenant ตั้มตะกอมพวกก็ดังข้าป่วยหมดเราที่นั่นนี่เลวินไว้ในการทูบีกับจวนให้มีปัญหาที่นี่กันนี่งานะแห่ง international covenant อวังเฮียนกันไรจู legal binding อะไรอมตานีโกตะกันลุปุยไทยตานีจูประคัดหน้าจวนจุง covenant ปัญญรอนคายคอมตัวจวนอิทิไม่แต่งอลซัมโจงินอาคายคอมนานาเสียมจูนิเจียเรานางอิน Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948อมเละตานียูเอ็นโอนาเสียมขัดโรจู Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948จวน right สมทุมมินเปตาเชียร์ฮาร์โดนะมาเสียคอปีกันนินเปตให้ทั่วมันนี่คอปีจังกันเลยนังอ่ะสมทุมเอามันนี่ที่ไงตัวให้สมทุมเจ้าวัดเล่ไม่ที่ไม่แทงมาเสียอินโลเอ็นเชียงทนเนี่ยอินเทอร์เน็ตจังเทปอนดูเลยออลซัมเต้มูเทนี่ยังเชลเอ็นเชียงเฮสมทุมเฮียนะหัวกิมันเนี่ยเอ็งติ้งเฮติเอ็มหัวกิมเห็นสมทุมเล็กเห็นเสียมเทกันแล้ววะอันเทียมวิวนี่มีฮิจูติจวน Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948point สมทุมอินเซียกจงเฮจวน legal binding อะไรอมตาเฮียนกัน human rights มิสิงกันนี่ฟังดิกนัดสันโฟซาเลนนัดสันโฟกันเนี่ยจูหัวกิมันนี่หัวมโลในโลวินก็เสียกันเอ็นเฮียนจูดินมุนาจวนอะไรอมตาติจวนจู่ legal binding อะไรอมตากันตีรัวขันเอ็งตินเงี้ยจู่ human rights จู่วิลจูยันี่ monitor นี่ข้างข้ายูเอ็นโอนั่นเสียมริงว่าตาอดุโตเข็มนี่ดูโตกลเวกันสุรการจวนเอ็งออร์ดาร์มกันชัวริงว่าตามาสักันบ่จุยถิ่นโลวตรอขัดยังนี่เวลาขันแห่งบ่จุยตูเฮียนยูเอ็นโอจวน United Nations Human Rights Committee เอาอมตานี่ UN Human Rights Committee ตุนนายเฮียนอินเทอร์เน็ตเฮียน Human Rights Council ที่อินเซียก็อมเจ้าไหมอ่ะมิติบวยครบไหมอ่ะ Human Rights Committee กันตุสินเชิงกันที่เนี่ยหมก Council แล้วอมโอ้กันที่ Council นั่นเราทางเนี่ยมันแต่กันที่รุมมาเสกันเองนะอันมานี่เว็บไซต์ปังไง Committee อะไรเนี่ยวัน Committee ที่จะละดีกันไงอ่ะ UN Human Rights Committee อะไรอมตาจูคอมมิตี้จนข้อเวลปุ่มปุยข้างมีสิ่งตัดดิกนัดจันโวค่ะตีโหลดที่นั่นเองสุรการเองอังเงินเงี้ยอันกัลปุยตีค่ะอวิลเร่งอันนี้โจลลวิน 24/7 โมสุรการตัวนี้ดาร์การสมนีผลิตชุงชักอวิลชัดชัดไหมนี่อวิลดานจวนที่เงี้ยกันที่จวนปักขัดหน้าจวนยูเอ็นเมมบาร์รัมจงเตะขานอันรำข้างอันตีโหลดลินดานและอันตีโหลดลินโลดานค่ะรีพอร์ตหุ่นบินยันเป็กจัดสร้างไงนี่แต่ชวนยูเอ็นรีพอร์ตอันเป็กจัดสร้างไงอินเดียเตเมียนมาร์บังกลาเทศจงขันยูเอ็นอันรามาทิลมดานค่ะรีพอร์ตอันเปร่งตาประคัดนะจุมีไม่ละนี่เราจน Universal Periodic Review เอาเมล็ดตาอินเดียรัมบีก็อันตีดานเอ็นโฮนะโมเนปาลอันตีดานเอ็นโฮนะบังกลาเทศอันตีดานเอ็นโฮนะหุ่นเขาอมตานี่จุมีอะไรจนสุรการไอโอนออกมา activist Human Rights Defender กันติบกอังรัวลันเตลบกะจนยูเอ็นจังมิเทียมาเอ็นฟิอาตัวนำบกะไอ้เนียลทีนั่นนี่วันในท่าเดวินอินเดียยูพีอาร์เอ็นฟอยนี่ก็เตลเฟตัวสุรการจวนเฮ้ย drinking water จงจางอ่ะมั่วตุยอินตูจงจางอ่ะกันติดสต๊อกให้มีสกีมีกันในไอ้รู้ระลับตันพอจุนกันเทียอันเทียสุรการเอาเองทีละจนเกนี่แอคทิวิสต์เอาขันเฮ้ยสกีมาจวนเอามาลมมาเสร็จจุมีขวาจวนนั้นมูเลยเนี่ยจุดที่จวนเราจุดเรามันเด็กกันนี่เนียลทีนั่นนี่ข้าอันรีคอร์ดเวกะจุงอันรีคอร์ดเวกยูเอ็นขันอะไรเอ็นฟิอาจุยเลทีนตานี่จุดยังขบอุลุกจวนวิลนี่อ่ะ chung en fiat zui tur chuan UN hian working group engemaw zat aneya independent expert engemaw zat aneya special reporter engemaw zat anei ni thil pakhat che soila mania khan mani kan tingota man deu lek khan Mizoram Societies Registration Act ka siam that tumna omani in ngai sak zong ani lo mai thein se chia lo mai theya Mizoram Societies Registration Act kan neya chumi dan noya chuan society din the nia pol chitin reng kan vain register ta ni chuta jam provision thar ron belan tuma MSRX noya in register pol jon public policy ado dal thiang lowang ti provision kharon datum ta ni so chu Mizoram main lo India ram pum puya Societies Registration Act khan da antum ta ni state danga po an Societies Registration Act khan kha public policy an do dal thiang lawang te kharon dan tum ta ni NGO kan mamo ram kalnan tro ramin ma son nan NGO mangai chu NGO jon sarkar policy sarkar kaldan public policy kha alo soi sel thina ngai lo do dal thina ngai chu tur chuan right kan nei bok human right akhan om sa bok chu taka chu human rights violation ani kan ti tani activist ho chuan Mizoram apo kan thei patopin kan do dala PR te kan chua sarkara representation kan thena kan tia state danga pon tia India ram pum hiop khu phiantian NGO ho in thung khom kan om thina ni human rights defender network ata kan in thung khoma network chi sang sang kan in thung khom thin ni te chuang kan tia hemi UN special reporter kami lampang hoibi ma tu ina South Asia ron fan trum khan India ram hang kha issue om lai khan isia India khan India rama reporter lo lu kha phalta lo ni chumi trum jon Nepal kan han murua banga kan kala ti zai zin ma van tha thong kal singa ka tel ve hlawa special reporter ne na kan chen ta ni hey India hian ti atum mo human rights bo chia ta tumani hey dik lo ni kan tia UN atang India an ron sia ka India khana siam ngam ta lo ni Mizoram ina siam ngam ta lo ni chu rights violation aka chu UN khana vil rengani chu tro kan man thiam chuan chu poi mo kha anita chu ti rual chuan kha ka chu angani akhovel huop azau ma ta India ram big soitaila hei dai ka dani India in min opri miau sia kan du mo du lo mo India ram kan ni sia India ram kan om chuan international covenant le treaties le declaration hoina dikna chan vo min pek kha kan dikna chan vo kan human rights ani sa pakhatna adot le chuan in shachiang Indian constitution article som panhiatanga somthum pathum na inkara khan fundamental rights kan nei le tani chuta chuan right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to property and right to constitutional remedies ka kan nei le tani chumi mai chulani lawa article som ni pakhat na be chan khan Supreme Court khan to a social media ron chaktak nuwa khan right to privacy khan ron siam le ni tro ka phone ka ak le lo tak ka smartphone ka phal na tel lo ni khoi thiang lo hey budua tani garing tami hi ka khoi thiang lo re a privacy ni a private thil ka khoi thiang lo chu dana chu kan nei le to a kan lal vet vetania to na chu mai la ni lowa parliament te state legislature ten dan chi sang an siamani mi puina na dik na chan vo pek na thil pani chi en tir na kan soi du chu JSS ke alam pum ka ka sai le ta lo vai niak khoba jana na ti ka o JSS ke kha Raipur le nau nei lim le nau sen piang lim ham that na kha India parliament khan ron pass tani hospital ambulance ha thona suai dan to chitin re Mizoram inan mang thalo ni Mizoram sarkar na ti thatok lo ni chon chumia wang chuan hey India sarkarin JSS ke scheme waya heti hian dikna chan vo min ron peto a Mizoram sarkar hian ati thalo ni kan tia hei voina kan program buat sai tu human rights law network ne na tang dun hian prism khan high court a PIL kan file kan ne ani ti chuan JSS ke chu ama aina thata sotani chuan engma mala nala om silo voina ka soidu em mai soidu na chan nei kan ya chu hei ni right to job te kan soi fui chin India rama hian Mizoram te po kan so election manifesto te po right to job lam hoi kanin soi siak mek toni politician hoin right to job kan nei em tu na hian India rama hian nei na chen kan nei ni enrek kan dia enrek ni zain lo na MNREGS Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act amo scheme nuaya chuan India khwale tui thingtlanga cheng sarkar na thok lo chuan sarkar atang kum khata ni za ayatlem lo in lo na amuturani tini thingtlanga cheng India khwale tui India rama cheng zong chuan kum khata ni za ayatlem lo sarkar tang in lo na an muturani chung mi ta chuan ni za ayatlem lo sarkar atanga kum khata in lo turin dikna chanvo an nei ni niang zan ngan in lo thin ni som thum ni som li ni som nga ni zain lo tling an nomem ni zan in lo tlin lo an in lo tlin lo chuan sarkar en khami te right kha abo chia a violate tani chu human rights violation ani NREGS JSS kea rai puar nau nei limle nau sen piang limte ham that na sarkarin apek that lo chuan sarkarin human rights abo chiani wangin kota kan kala kan thea ati thatani NREGS no ni za in lo na muturin ni za in lo tin lo chuan sarkarin a rights abo chiat sakani chu kasoi tam to mun sang ka soi masa tu man an bengarong an la thun lo nge khate zong in ngai tu na kan lamang lowa engat tinge hei hi ko ta kan kalpui lowang mi pui dik na chan vo hai chuna he ko ta kan kal don lo mi ti te kha trul vak lowa kan soi kai ni chu ti chuan ka rights violation ka soi ta fu ya mo rights violation voina he program kan nei tur hi ni jana tanghan ka urloka ka Facebook account le Facebook page ka soi fui renga mi human rights commission kan nei lo chung changvel Mizoram hian nei lo chung jingami kan ni ti vel te katia kan thian pa pakhatina aron comment chu human rights commission le Mizo society hi ain kalani ati kala chang lo na kina ka changa thian pa human rights violation le human rights ilo shelo topani hi kati don chuta chuan hei tuna ka soi tu re he slide thi shachiang turin ka du chawa voina local ta hi shachianga soi chong turin ka du chawni human rights te human rights violation ti te kan sexual thina ni ke ngei pon ka se fu lo rei khop mai human rights violation right to life kan ni mo right to life kan ai ke hian kan savine right to life kan nei kan zinga mi zong hen right to life nung turin dik na chan vo kan nei ni chuan ani le tuo mo hian thatila right to life anei kati top sakani chu human rights violation aniem khongain nin tinga ni lo inti chang du lo me ka soi du chu tu mo ka thata adik na chan vo ka chu saka ma se chu human rights violation anilo crime ani ke ni ho hi eng pole mo kan ni tani vonia hian ai mi zung hi eng pole mo kan ni kan pol du lo zong kan polin engmoti kan tuma ma zizor kan khapa ที่เดียงเอ็นตีนานี่จ้าตูเต้มก็สวยชันนั่นแล้วเนี่ยกันโพลแกนี่เขาวิโพลกันเนี่ยกันโพลจนสุดๆกันพัลแล้ววะกันเวงอ่ะไม่ท้ายสุดๆประคัดอโลอมาจวดต่อสู้กันตีนัวจวดลุยเจละกันถิ่นริมาอินกันพวกเชียดสักเวกะอามาพวกกันเวงเสียงไทยลวินกันเสียมาอะไรกันชูสักนี่จู่ human rights violation นั่นเองนี่โลใครมันนี่จู่ไล่จู่นี่เสียงอุลกระดูจู่ใครมันเลย human rights violation นี่มีเจ้าเห็นกันเสียงแล้ววะกันบวยนี่ human rights ที่สรการเล่อกุดเกตจีนอันโบเสถียอัน violate เถียเกี่ยน human rights ก็ violate เถียโลเกี่ยนี่เขาเห็นกัน violate เถียโลเหตุใดกันอมคมอากับปูฮีปุงไงฮีเอ็นตีน่ามังไตละ human rights จงอันไหนเวก right to freedom of expression บีกาลูติละ article เสียกถิ่นสันชินบัวเกี่ยนวักกะลีละarticle อิเจกตัวตุรันโลอิเจเลไว้ชวนโอกัดทังเช็คตีอินเนมกับฟ้าวะอโมเกี่ยนี่เขาเห็นกันฟ้าวเบต้าเจกงำโลตุระเสียมกันตุมากันเสียมตาอดิกนัจันฟ้าชูสักินอมมาเสอะไรกัน violate หรอวะใครมันนี่ทิลสวลกันติมายนี่อเมริกาเกี่ยนี่เขาเท่าไหร่เกี่ยเอง department อาโม director นี่ไลน์นี่อีละกันสบายเห็นจู department อาจน officer เตล staff เตนี่อีละจูกันนี่นะ official กันนี่นะมังจวนฟ้าเบติละกัน department จงจ้างอาเซียกันลุงอ่อยเลววางเงินจูมีกันตีรอจน human rights violation อันนี้ตัวนี้อันนี้นะฉันทิลปะขัดออกมาอันนี้นะฉันนะจูนังเล็กเกี่ยน human rights กัน protect ให้เรา rights violation กันสอยรัวเจ้ากันสอยจู rights protection นั่นนี่นังเล็กเกี่ยนตัว right มากัน protect ให้เราสรการจีน right protect ให้ปุงายกันสอยหลักลัวอันนู้นละมันมีหัวขันอินฟาวตาทุจิกตัวเราตูรินกะโลชันนี่ไม่รอนตีเรสุอินรอนตีเลชวนโอเคมังกะโลทัดจงจงก็แต่กะโลชันอันรอนติงามตะลัวปุงายันอะไรอันฟาวเบตุจูฟาวเบโลอมินอัมังเทนี่มาเสปุงายอะไรจุกับ protect โลกับ defend ปุยอันนี้ขณะที่ก็สวยเทียมโลว่ากษัตริย์ตรงเทียมนักลินโลนี่ไม่ใช่ protection และ defend ก็สวยช่างเทียมเชี่ยโลว่าโมอะไรก็โปรเทคจากโลหะก็ดิเฟนปุยนี่สรการจะอินไรต์อัพโปรเทคเทียสรการจะอินไรต์อัพโปรเทคเทียวางินสรการจะอินไรต์อัพไวเลตเทียตะปกันนี่แต่จวน human rights violation อ่างกันไงทินกันสวยทินกันอินปูทินนะมิเช่นขัดิน human rights commission ในกันเหล่านัชนะฮีกันเสียส่วนวางนี่crime hi human rights violation mo kan tia ani lo lom hai ukil ho in sa chiang chu enting nan misual tak kanita tual ka thata ka tual tha chu pil in file thayem ka tual tha chu fundamental right akal chiang tro lelama chuan khapa right ka fati to palom mase chu public interest litigation mangin court in king them civil suit in king them thailo asan chu crime malom ka tul thattu kania criminal kania crime malom tu mo kan soi sa ke ni ho hian kan soi sa ka wangin court kan lut ngot kan lu pui ngot thailo piaelin asan chu rights violation ni lo crime ni miawalom mai ro chu crime kha rights violation a chang the ni tual ka thata dan mangin criminal kan ye wangin min sem turani mai ro chu ke ma hi high official kaloni sia emo engemo Mizoram tak kaloni wangani emo chan thatak engeni mi chan pui tu thatak kaloni wanga wangin kaloni ya wangin sem na pum pelin chua zalenin ka oma sarkarin heta kavatha right kha a protect lo phot ati turati lo phot pakhat na chu ta chuan chu min nuwa chuan mi thanem nga in he tual that tu hi engwai nge sem lowa om seminom turani antia sarkar an nor to chung poin sarkar langoi renga chumi ni jong kha crime thila khan sarkarin human rights violate ta human rights kha crime kha human rights violation a alo changta chu thil chu PIL pokan file thei ta chi ani ti chuan a fia che kang chu a ba ka soi vak ngai na ka soi zel don cho thui don boxi huna che boxi ti chuan eng poni se human rights bo chiat na om thin Mizoram an human rights bo chiat na na sa me ma ni china khan human rights violation victim in omem ka te in omlo ani in zawai khan when an human rights violation victim in ni kadin ma chia khan Mizoram kong pui chung chang kan soi toni kei hian mishing kan ye wangin zin turin khoi khoi amo kal turin dikna chan vo kan ya ka kal na tur chon kong ka mamoni kong min pek chu sarkar mo phurna ni min petareng bokani chon kan right chu min ron petachi ani chu amar chu ka right chu eng chen nge voi khat international seminar kan soya Bangladesh ami ina soi chu a tui in tur chu kan nei lom kan ste kan rama chon tui in tur nei lo tak kanom lowe har san na kan nei lowe tia chera tangan ron zon chu ani le eng tui ngen ina tia a athen chuan tui chun chuamian ina athanin lui koramian ina dilami ten ina athiang limem hreto big nang fin fiani to silowa Singapore mi ron ding chat me tui thiang lim lo in chuan in right sarkar na violate ti in shelo mi keini chuan ina ni loin kutsil nan in bual nan toilet a pot treated water ngat kan mang chu chu kan right ani tia enga tinge Bangladesh sami chuan tui chia mai me in laya arait tok nia angaya Singapore ami in treated chi arait nia ngai Singapore sarkar chuan tui treat tur khan sum tam tak mi pui ta na senga asum sen chu mi pui nan mu lo chon un right violation ani kan kong pui chung chang ni chin loka kan ngai tha tro kong pui min pek na turam Mizoram sarkar in suma sen tam to zia khain ngai tuem khatizat sum khan he dilek kong he kan nei turaniem ani lo chu ni voi tam ka soi thin chu kan zina motora kan chuanga khokar konga kan kala ain so bopa nui chungin kan kong chia je chon ke chu ka thin hirimani eng wangin kha kong siam nan khan kha kong ka kal na tura siam ania chumi siam nan cho sarkarin anwei te la mangti ka ria khatilek kha kong ani turani lowa kha aya tha kha kong khani turani karai chu kha aya tha kong ne ni Mizomi pui na kan right chu tu na kan kong pui aya tha kong pui nei hini chumi min pek thei lo wang cho kan sarkar hian kan right a violate me kani chu wang chon in zawai kan human rights violation victim in ni afm human rights violation victim kan ni lo in ti ni chuan in rasual ni in lo ni me kani chu lo po victim in ni na chiang jok kan la soyang chu ti lai chon human rights violation lo omte king let tur chon engtinge kan fight thin Mizoram atanga chumi kan ti dan chu asam hnuai kanom lai khan asam sarkara kan thlen thin pungai chon sa chiang khop mai tro asam sarkara kan thlen thin thu chon asam hnuai kan lo om talawa India sarkara te kan thlena Mizoram sarkara te thu kan thlena chu mai ni lovin mi pui min barak khai dotin thlen khat phe chon UN agency representation an thelu thinani chon National Human Rights Commission thu kan thlen thin bok chuan High Court Supreme Court PIL mangin mo kan lut thin he pol then khatalan kan ya PUCL te Prism te society hey voinami hey human rights law network te human rights and law network te atho lok polan nin ka ria pol dang tam tak ponan tia tin mi mal tam takin an tibok chutiang chuan kan right thi kan fight thin ani harsa in Assam Sarkar nena India Sarkar nena Mizoram Sarkar UNO mo Human Rights Commission National Human Rights Commission High Court Supreme Court kan right kan munan ma kan lathina ni ma se hlotlina har khop mai chumia tan jam problem enge om tarani tro problem ma sabar chu Assam Sarkar India Sarkar Mizoram Sarkar kan thlen khan zia nei mo khop mai ain effective ni kan va thena wanga thil ro pui tang mu har khop mai chu rights violation alani thobok UN agency a thlen thina thil ro pui tang mu har khop ni sina hang kan hlo tin na te kan soi jok rualin UN agency a representation lut Mizoram atanga lut mi pui min bara khai thin ta ngai tu let teu engelo theng thin engma no atop ringo jel chuan National Human Rights Commission a reng tu na hian masen National Human Rights Commission a thu ju thlen tur hian rem chan lo na neu engemo system le chi sang nuala tin Delhi an thu da ya hlalu tu ka hela agency nei silo zia nei mang thin lo ni National Human Rights Commission a han thu kan thlen nuala Mizoram atang hian nakha man kum loka ser khana minister pakhat zin vei wak kalin driver an soi sakhatro khangte pokan thlenani driver soi sak sim ju crime ani kan ti rolin minister zin velina an soi sakani wan rights violation ani kan te kan thlenani areito result mu turlom lo National Human Rights Commission hian Mizoram atang case lut pakwa che tun thlengin chin felal nei aman mo lo viawani tin lokota an kal thin ni PIL kan file thina PIL rang an file kan tia kan be thin ni lo tin na mol po kan neya lo cham na po kan neya High Court Supreme Court akal tu chon a hau tak lutuk deuni tu tan ma tireng tur chon tlin chi ni lo case har sa dewa phejon nuai chuang sen te nga ya amboi thak khop mai chu wang chuan State Human Rights Commission kan ma mo ni Mizoram hian
Mizoram Sarkar nena Human Rights Commission din beru state dang zong zawin an nei to te ka Mizoram nei lo chun kan dia din do lo ba Human Rights kan bo Mizoram Sarkar
chu tak chu ni chu ZWO ma lo lak to na chu not thapa man tang kai ngai don ni mel khop mai tro ti chuan Human Rights Commission chu India rama Human Rights bo chiat na na sasia ramdanga po chunga wang chuan UN atangin rama hian Human Rights Commission te nei hlom ula ti rot naw ma kalzela sangka zakwa somkwa pathum kuma khan India Sarkar chuan the Protection of Human Rights Act asiam tani chu Protection of Human Rights Act chuan India Sarkarin National Human Rights Commission adin turani state zongin India rama state zongin UT telloin mo state UT chu Central Sarkar direct ani wangkhan tellota state zongin anma ani atira anma ani state ming chuangin State Human Rights Commission andin turani Mizoram State Human Rights Commission Assam State Human Rights Commission adin turani antiani andin turani ati satli lawa he dan hian September ni somni pariya sangka zakwa somkwa pathume mo ayam main andin vek turani atiani marazu India rami boitha khopa a sarkar lai pui berpo chuan October ni som pania din thei tro ka deadline zo to nuwa mo state phejon muang ani ka pungai ron soyang che khan tun theng hian India rama state somni parukin Human Rights Commission anneya state pathum Mizoram Arunachal Pradesh le Nagaland te chuan Human Rights Commission kan nei ve lo ni chu ti chuan danin Mizoram mi pui te hi Human Rights Commission nei turin dikna chan vo min pe a chu danin dikna chan vo min pek chu ati lo tling tu tur sarkarin ati lo tling lowa ati lo tling lowa wangin kan rights a violate Human Rights Commission nei lo hi human rights violate na ani Mizoram sarkar chuan Mizoram mi pui te human rights chu kumsom ni pasari le athathum na kan mangmek chung kan right alo violate to September ni som ni pariat sangkha zakwa som ko pathuma amo aya ma kan nei ngei tur State Human Rights Commission chu tun thlengin min ladin saklawa kumsom ni pasari aya rei aral to nuwa kumsom ni pasari aya rei kan right alo violate to ni chu engtinge kan ti ta kang ni china hang ka soito right fight turin enge kan ti thin sarkara kan thlen thin Assam tuna zon Assam a thlen chini to lo an hnuai kanom to lo India Mizoram a kan thlen do nem nyang Zofa Welfare Organization in Mizoram sarkar an lo thlen to khoya ange kan chumi chan na chu khoya ange ati lo thlingem ti lo thling lo kan rights a violate to nuwa ngin ani to pon alati lo thing lo le a violate non le me kani violation thua ni thim thua ni yang dewin violation thua ni ni to ni oh chu tak chu ni engtinge kan ti ta kang ani le India sarkar le Mizoram sarkar a thlenin omzia nei don silo National Human Rights Commission a ju thleni la omzia nei don silo UN agency a kan siak mai don em niang omzia nei ring em ring lo tro anei luwang omzene malak thaina chun chu public interest litigation ko ta thelu ani abak kong dang om to lo hemi chung changa hian achiang tok in ka sia ka soi hi ka thu kharna na ka man du chu when I have program website tu Human Rights Law Network hian Mizoram sarkar in kumsom ni pasari chuang kan right min lo violate sakto mi pui na kan mu nan hian high court public interest litigation a file don lom ni ti hini chumi zom chia chu pakhata om high court public interest litigation kan file don chuan ukil ho khan interest yang petitioner om ngai ni tro petitioner om lo in thei si lo tunge petitioner ni tang cái mà mua kan nial mi alowa he kan savai hian group of petitionering kan thelun mai don nge Zofa Welfare Organization in lekhan lo thelu to mang chon an ni chu kan mang don nge pusia tange pudu nge mo tunge kan manang
Chief Secretary kan thona chana kan bua Home Department in lo sang to not established member pakhan ma an lo not established Mizoram Human Rights Commission in establishing law member and law body pon law tu nanya ZWO ninga thelu kan tuma ma maro to society registration tema alo fel de ofani chu kan ha
okay theye chu ta ka chuni mi malina thelu theya tunge kan manang ka pusia tana ti zu kang de han prism ti mai ulen ti ril ru mai theya thil pakhat soifia nga yoma prism mi kan registration sarkar in min kan sel saka har khop maya kan registration ni kan sel hen tumun khopa kanin be thina hai sangni som pariat khan kanin rin lo hlani min lo kan sel saka chu wan jam prism chu ase prism in aman theilo ni mase in person chon kepon ka thei tho thomo hian kan ti don lom ni ti lai khani e atop na chu Human Rights Commission kan nei theinan Human Rights Law Network and PIL file don lom ni file don se tu ping in nge niang ti lai kha ani e klome
Puwadal Rata Human Rights Commission din chungchang fia felfai takin bengwar thak tak maran chop chwa saka wangin lom thu kan soya zona le chana kha kan soi to angkhan kan resource person ten presentation and pek zo vek nu a top lama kan hong le don ti kan in shat non ti len e tuna chuan a top beratan voina kan resource person Mr. Cho M. Kuman, ani he former advisor internal security Northeast Division MHA Government of India. Ani chani na neu hi anei noala ama hianin Mizoram chu shethiam thawa ma se when a hianin a presentation le demonstration hi English in a represent dona chuan kan Mizoram man hi cha shethiam veka Mr. Joam Kuman, he came all the way from Bairabi to attend this seminar, and we were highly appreciated for your presence, and we thank you for giving us and presenting us DDSAFEPW. I don't know what this stands for, but then I hope that he will explain all of them. Then we shall hand the time to him.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank you all, especially the organizer of this gathering today, this seminar, on the theme Let's Hear and Let's Dare, Fighting and Marching Towards a Better Tomorrow. Being organized by Hope Legal Solution in collaboration with the Human Rights Legal Network, if I'm not wrong. Actually, I've been listening to most of the distinguished speakers who spoke before me, and I have observed several points. Much of the points which I was supposed to deliver today have been already spoken by most of the distinguished lecturers, distinguished resource persons who spoke ahead of me. But in a very short period of time, I would like to summarize almost all the topics which we have been discussing throughout the day. Actually, I would like to dwell much more on the human rights because this seminar is especially based on human rights. You know, the real meaning of human rights is human rights are inborn. It is very much related with humanism. Human rights are an instrument to fight against injustices meted out by government, societies, or individuals or groups. We as a human being, we have God-given rights. That's right to live, right to expression, even right to die. Many overlooks on humanism, not realizing the fact that manifestation of the essence of divinity are latent potent in humanism. Humanitic idols are the true essence of humanism. Every creation has a cause. Every cause has a purpose. Every purpose has a time. And every time has an existence. And every existence has a creator. This is natural law. An ethical system that centers in humans and their values, needs, interests, abilities, dignity, and freedom. Here, some quality of human being, the act of morality, which can be easily translated or interpreted through being righteousness. Righteousness is the ultimate part of humanism or humanity, which can ensure and uphold the morality of every action by we human beings. At this juncture, everything starts from law. Our country is having an esteemed constitution. If someone asks me what it is like, the present steam constitution of India, my answer is, the present steam constitution of India is like a badly patched tube of a tire, where the number of patches has already outnumbered the whole body. The number of amendment, it has already exceeded even the whole body. That's asking for only one, it's pointing for only one, toward one direction. That is, it is high time we reconstitute our constitution as per the changing of time. Like of course, we the people of Northeast, we feel today badly alienated by the mainland people. Why? Let us just in-depthly study it, introspect it. See, we in the Northeast, we have got 8 states, including Sikkim, it is 8 states. And hardly we have 25 MPs. Are we equally represented in the House of Parliament? Either in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha? No. Recently, I had wrote an article. It will be made available through YouTube very soon through my friend Rosalind. I have argumented. I put up an argument, my comparative argument on secularism versus humanity. We in our Christian states, the meaning of secularism, if it is rightly interpreted, it is a profane. It is a blasphemy against our religion. Nothing to do with religion or irreligious. Anything nothing to do with religion or irreligion is blasphemy. We have been adopting this as the basic character of our constitution. How can secularism be our character of the preamble of our constitution? Socialism, socialist, democratic. This cannot be character of our constitution. So in my article, recently I wrote, the maturity of our type of democracy is at doorstep. Here I argument that you see in the preamble of our constitution, we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Please read again. I will read again, putting the new words. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, humanistic, righteous, within bracket, transparent, democratic republic. Here I am putting three words. Sovereign, humanistic, righteous, within comma, within bracket, transparency, democratic republic. If we put these 3 words, humanistic, righteous, within bracket, transparent, it can be the basic character of our steam constitution of India. That is why there were so many scandalous events expanding and already resolved in our country today. Why? Because the Constitution itself is an ambiguous system as of now. When Dr. B.R. Ambedkar constituted this Constitution, borrowed from several countries, in addition to his own thought and philosophy, the political environment prevailing during those times and the political environment prevailing today in this digital age is asking, only demanding one thing, that is, we need to reconstitute India and we need to reconstitute our constitution as per the changing of times, adaptable, suitable to the current time. That's my perception. Secondly, why we feel that we are being alienated? Because no equal representation, which is already mentioned here, politically, equality, everything has been, beside that, everything is guaranteed by the Constitution of India. Are we people of Northeast, are we intellectual pygmies? Why cannot we become Prime Minister of India? Why cannot Northeast people become Home Minister of India? Important portfolios in the Indian ministry. Why? Because of so-called magic numbers. We lack that numbers. How it is made like this? This is why I said, though people are boasting, the entire India is boasting of having a very great democratic country, but we are not. This is not democracy. In real democracy, there should be equal representation. Suppose people may argue with me, several times they have argued with me. It is according to population, suppose. A single state called Uttar Pradesh. It has, I think, 55 districts, but it has 80 MPs from one single state. Whereas, we in the Northeast, including Sikkim, we are having 8 states and having only 25 MPs in Lok Sabha. Highest is Assam. Assam represents 14 MPs. Whereas Mizoram 1, Manipur 2, Nagaland 1, Arunachal Pradesh, and all together, only 25 MPs. So recently, I have written a letter to our friends in Delhi, legal experts, constitutional experts, and some of the retired IAS officers, telling them to influence government of India so that peace is prevailed in our entire Northeast region. That entire Northeast, including Sikkim 8 states, we are having 116 districts. Why don't we convert these 116 districts into parliamentary, Lok Sabha parliamentary constituency? Then totally there will be 116 MPs, Lok Sabha MPs from Northeast. Then earlier, total strength of Lok Sabha is presently 545. If 25 MPs are minus from Northeast, without these 25 MPs, it comes up to only 520. Plus again, the newly reformed parliament, delimited 116 districts. If we represent 116 MPs from Northeast, it will come out to 636 MPs in the total number of MPs in the parliament. So from Manipur and Nagaland, we have started campaigning about this, and I hope
the entire northeast states will join the bandwagon and towards fighting this for our rights. This itself is our freedom. I mean, it is our freedom. I mean, it is our right to fight for our rights. So now, that is one point that I hope the people of Mizoram will also, sooner it will realize and join the fight for our, equal seats in the parliament. Secondly, the land dispute between Mizoram and Assam, I would like to put it as 6 and 9 syndrome. Please see this figure. It will look 6 to you. As from the perspective of Assam, the land records and the rights, it will be 6. But when I turn this like this, it will be 9. From the Mizoram side, it is 9. We are right on our standpoint. They are also right on their standpoint. But only thing lies here. If a pound of flesh is removed from a mighty elephant, elephant will survive. But if a pound of flesh is removed from a cat, the cat will die. In this reality, I would like to tell the government of India, the 509 kilometers square, 9 kilometers squares should be given back to the rightful owner, that is Lusai Hills, that is Mizoram. The fight which we mentioned here is a noble fight. We are not trying to have a physical fight with Assam. We will fight through our human rights. We will fight through our wisdom with them. Like in the Bible we read, when David fought with the giant Goliath. If you have the wisdom, we can fight, we can win. So now we should not even try to fight with them with physically, but we have to fight with them with our wisdom. What we should do now is that our NGOs like YMA, MZP, MSU, they should unanimously approach all Assam Student Union. The problem here created has a long story. Now, being from the security circle, by virtue of being the internal security advisor of Northeast, let me share some facts with you today so that everyone understands the fact. There is something called PPP, Provincial Penetration Program, slated by ISI, financed by OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. They have an ambition, they have a vision of converting Northeast states into an Islamic state. In the very not far future, I can visualize that very soon Hailakandi, Karimganj, and Kachar district will very soon start claiming for establishing a new Islamic state out from this Assam state. This fact, this matter, we should let it be known to all Assam Student Union of Assam. The real indigenous people of Assam is Assamese, Akomia, we call them. If Akomia comes to know about this fact, they'll be with us. Secondly, the matter through PIL, public interest litigation, it should go to Supreme Court. It should be settled under the direct supervision of Supreme Court. Government of India should summon the authorities of both the states, then it should be settled for once and for all. Then no such disturbances will occur in the future. Because these are the hurdles which create irritating hurdles to the administration of the state. It hampers our development, it hampers our economy, it hampers our health. This is basic violation of human rights. Now, the sense of alienation, to remove that. We, the people of Northeast, sometimes we see that generally when we ask that, are you proud to be an Indian? Very less people said yes. Maximum people say no. Why? Because we are being treated as alien by people, mainland people. Why? As I have said, no equal representation. Okay, we feel proud to be an Indian. Are the mainland brothers and sisters treating us as one of them? Why? Because even the national anthem, you see, Jana Gana Mana Dinayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhaiga Vidhata. Then states' names are there. Till West Bengal. From Assam and the rest, Sikkim and the rest of the Northeast, why it is not mentioned? And can we adopt that national anthem as our national anthem? Either you blot out the names of the other states mentioned already in the national anthem, or refresh it, reassert the names of the 8 states which names are not included in that. Then only then we'll feel that we are proud Indians. I hope you all will agree with that point. Now coming back to, I will supplement some of the standpoint of our distinguished research person, Mr. Lal Dusaka, MES, retired, about the national highways. Because I, being one of the members who recommended about the national highways in the entire Northeast under security perspective. Recently, we had a conflict with PLA, that is People's Liberation Army of China, and I thought our Northeast may become a flashpoint in the nearest future. So I have recommended in advance of that future possible conflict with China. In the Northeast, of course, those brothers in arms, those underground organizations may not be very comfortable with what I'm going to say. Development activities, development works has been in a very slow pace in our Northeast, especially Nagaland, Manipur, Tripura, and Assam. Why? Because the existence of non-state organizations, so-called freedom fighters, they call them, but in our military terminology, we call them insurgent and terrorist. These have been the factors where our development has been at a slow pace. We are not at par with other developed states. We need to realize that. So now, slowly, gradually, even the once stiff-torn, insurgent-prone Nagaland, they are also striving for peace. As well as Manipur, they are also striving for peace. Assam already, Tripura already, Meghalaya already, and one of the most peaceful state in the whole nation, whole country, goes to Mizoram. And one noble gesture of Mizoram I appreciate is that in Mizo language you call it Tlom Ngaina, compassionate, forgiveness, merciful. This made Mizoram a unique and a dynamic state, different from others. Mizo people are frequently provoked, frequently challenged, but that tolerance, the state of tolerance is still there. And this will bring Mizoram into an exceptional state. That is why it well deserves to be named after one of the most peaceful states in the whole country. I am going to request our leaders in the central government, central leaders, that the Mizoram's earlier, that the peace bonus should be made status quo. Why in the recent stage it has been cut off? Still, because in the entire Northeast, especially in the military sector, we always take the precedence of Mizoram state. Even if we have to speak and give some lectures on other states, we always refer about Mizoram as one of the most peaceful states in the entire country. So this status should always remain. And we should take precedence out of it. So now, as far as that military perspective is concerned about the national highways, I would like to draw your attention here that since we had that apprehension for being likely a flashpoint if we have a conflict with China, I have very seriously recommended that there should prevail, there should be, I have proposed that the gradual construction of fencing concurrently with international border highway, two-lane highway, right from Vijayanagar of Arunachal Pradesh, next to Tirap and Changlang, then across Mon, Tuensang of Nagaland, and then the fake Zunuputo is not included, then come back to Manipur's Ukhrul, Tengnopal, Chandel, Churachandpur, then comes to Mizoram border. Then from Mizoram border it covers all Champhai, Zokathar, then southwest, this Tongkolong Parva, what do you call it, and touching the Sitwe, nearby Sitwe, the Bangladesh border. So it comes...
They want to link Bay of Bengal.
Yes.
Because from China Sea down to Indonesia, Singapore Strait, coming and trade with India is very difficult. And billions of dollars have been lost.
Actually, according to my proposal, it was 1,654 kilometers straight, if I'm not mistaken. Let me in the
Bay of Bengal.
Yeah.
From Yunnan province.
No, from this Arunachal Pradesh, Vijayanagar, the last border, from there. If it is constructed, along with gradual construction of this fencing along the border, from Nagaland side, from Arunachal side, Tirap and Changlang can be connected with that international border highway. Then from Nagaland side, Mon, Tuensang, Noklak, and then this FAC can be connected with that international highway. Then from Manipur, from Ukhrul, from Tengnopal, from Chandel, from Churachandpur, it can be connected. Similarly, from this, we call it, I have forgotten that border village name. in Mizoram. Not Zokathar, just easternmost part of Kolasip. I have that villages, and then Aizol, then this Champhai.
Are you talking about Burma border?
Burma border, yeah.
That is Kongpa.
Yeah. This villages through this township, it can be connected with that road.
It's a part of my.
Yes. Then why it is important on the security perspective is that if anything happens there at the border, for immediate deployment of our troops, our army, our military personnel is required. So that if it is
you need a multiple connection.
Correct.
Otherwise, if one is bombed,
yeah,
then you are closed.
Yeah, that is why I say all the district which I mentioned, it should have alternative connection with that highway, and it will be, beneficial for our army as well as for the public administration. Civil administration of the Northeast.
During Chidambaram's Home Minister time, he advised us to make a master plan of border management.
Yes.
And I have submitted. I have made a PowerPoint presentation in Governor's House in front of Chidambaram. But soon after, he became a finance minister.
Okay,
Like that.
let me continue. That ARSS, Automated Road Service System, has our Mizoram already got one or not? That ARSS vehicle, Automated Road Service System.
We do not have, but we are hiring from NHAI.
What is the cost? What could be the cost of that vehicle?
I'm not very sure, but it may cost about a little over 1 crore.
Through our setup as well as through my liaison in Delhi, I will immediately request those influential people in Delhi. I promise you, by next year, you'll immediately have this ARSS vehicle of Mizoram's own. I'll recommend for that. I would like to remind you all today that many of you must be knowing about the business going on, illegal business going on of that, we call it betel nut, that supari. Does it benefit the state government in any way?
No.
Then why it is being encouraged? Let me tell you. Why central government is stopping it? In the name of that betel nut. Underneath that betel nut bags, there are so many AK-47s, ammunitions, drugs, explosives, contraband items like gold being transported. Who is sure? Who is sure that it goes across so many checkposts? Why they are not apprehending it? But now from the central government home ministry, it has been directed that it should be stopped. Only it can be transported allowed. Number one, it should pay royalty tax to the state government for transit. If they pay revenue to the state government, it should go. It will be a revenue generating process.
How about Manipur? So many.
We are blocking that also.
Blocking
that.
Okay.
No one is permitted now because of that very strange region. That in the name of carrying betel nut, they underneath that bag they are carrying AK-47s, M16s, pistols, many, contraband items, gold, drugs. These are being shifted to another states in the country, and that is harmful to our youths and our population. That is why on that ground we are blocking. But now we'll be allowing them. There should be some society in the state who can run and have, with the vigilant eye, and check appropriately what items are being carried. Just for example, before my retirement during the 2013, I came by helicopter to check that the Jokhatar, the checkpost, and I felt that installation of a X-ray scanner is necessary. Immediately on going back, I have sanctioned one X-ray machine there. The X-ray machine which is in existence at Jakarta was sanctioned by me during my service period. So like that, either the state government through some society should have a check post, either at
X-ray also digital data has
yeah. Then it should have a CCTV camera. Every bag has to be examined by that X-ray, and that it has to be recorded, and the same picture should be transmitted to MHA or this Narcotic Bureau of India. Then in a chip or in a pen drive, every truck driver carrying those goods should carry that. Wherever it is necessary, it can be scanned. And once it is scanned thoroughly, it should be better sealed. And it should not be allowed to be unloaded or broke during the transit period. Until it reaches the destination, it should not be allowed to open. Then only it can be insured. By that, state will earn revenue. And that very X-ray machine...
18% of those 5,000 GST will be very high.
Very high. And for loading, unloading, extra charges should be incurred by these business people, and say like 20,000 per each scanning. They will pay it. If it goes to the state government's checker fund, it can be reutilized for development of Mizoram. This way, income generating, avenues should be introduced.
But this Commerce Ministry have to include in the permitted trade list.
Permitted trade list. Not only this, even the teak. Well, in about 20 years back, I have an experience in Manipur. One of my friends was doing this business, and due to this involvement of underground organization, so many people got killed. So it has been banned.
You have seen how many teaks, locks are there in Bhairavi.
Yeah.
It is illegal, but it's going.
It is
Let
going.
us legalize it.
Yeah, legalize
Let
it.
us benefit it.
Yeah. So I think I have almost covered the topic for today. And as per the land dispute with Assam, I will once again request our NGOs, especially YMA, MZP, MSU, to approach all Assam Student Union secretly. I'm speaking on mic now with TV cameras. Please confidentially convince them they will come to the line. They will toe the line, I know. Then, with a combined team, we can diplomatically approach the Chief Minister of Assam. And he'll be, I'm sure, he'll be glad to give it to Mizo brothers as a gift, for which will always remain grateful to him. We have to give him a Mizo cultural soul, a hat, and spear. He will be touched, emotionally touched. Rather than that, we should not fight with them. They are like elephant, we are like cat. That is why I said, if a pound of flesh is removed from an elephant, the elephant will survive. But if the same pound of flesh is removed from a cat, the cat will die. It won't survive. So we are cat. Let us try to survive. We should ask for our rightful pound of flesh from Assam. And I am with people of Mizoram. Finally, before I conclude my speech, I would like to thank all of you for having patient hearing to my speech. I would like to give you some health tips. Especially, wait, I'll just explain. Many of us, we feel a little bit nervous when any of our family member, especially elderly people, is having a BP stroke. What should be the first aid given to that host or the patient for regaining consciousness? Any idea? Anyone? No. So, can anyone act as a patient? Come with a mat. I will show you how to. So this, please watch it very carefully. This is very important health tips that I'm going to give you, because normally, even in the villages also it will work. Especially even the well-developed urban areas, in the cities also, suddenly elderly people keeps on walking, suddenly they falls down of BP stroke, unconscious, and unfortunately some of them pass away. Isn't it? So immediately, without any medicine, how that person should be treated on the spot, that I am going to give you some tips, okay? So any volunteer? Yeah, please come to the stage. You need to come to the stage and yeah. We need to remove the table. Very simple process, but very carefully watch what I do. Can we have a mat? Yeah, please lay down on your back. Yeah, now see, a person is fainted, having BP stroke, okay? Please come this side. Initially, what you do, just lay down, just like unconscious. Initially, you have to lift two legs, L shape, like this. Keep this like this. If it is a lady, one lady should be requested to do the same. Man should not do that. But for man, it is okay.
For saving life, no problem.
Yeah. So, see. Then do like this and keep it like this for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Nothing to do, just keep it like this. Then the patient, now the patient will regain his consciousness. If consciousnness is there, you can take him
To hospital.
Him to hospital or home. Yeah, only that. 5 minutes. L shape, okay? Now let me explain. Come. You unfold it and I'll tell you something. No medicine is required, because the blood flow, blood pressure goes down like this. So it is stuck up
Raising.
due to gravitational force. That is why if that blood flow is balanced through this exercise, the person will regain consciousness. Come. Another thing I'll tell you. Just show me your fingers like this. If a person is having a kidney problem, you may not know. You may want to go to the doctor, and doctor will say, you bring ultrasound, you do endoscopy, CT scan, like that. But initially, even a layman can also check. Okay. Initially, to know kidney, whether it is functioning well or not, or if there is any renal calculi, that is stones in kidney, just you see this small finger and the ring finger, the middle soft tissue. Okay, you press this both. See, if the host says that it is painful on the left side, then be sure that left side kidney you are having a small stone. And if it is painful, then it's sure that there is a stone in right kidney. And if both are palpable and pain, okay, pain sensation is there, both the kidneys are having renal calculi. That is one tip, another tip. Okay.
Thank you.
Now liver. It's very important. Mizoram, maximum liver cases I have come across. Liver cirrhosis patient I have treated more than 3,000 in 4 years' time. And renal calculi, renal stones, it has crossed 30,000 patients in 4 years I have treated. Just see. The soft tissues between point finger and thumb of left hand and right hand, press it. If anybody, whether male or female, if that left hand, this tissue, soft tissue is painful, liver is enlarged. Thank you.
Thank you.
For that treatment, you have to go to the nearest physician. And last, my final request, 7 ethics of humanism. Let me explain. We trust one another or each other. Why? If there are righteousness, if you are righteous to yourself, if you are a righteous woman or if you are a righteous man, you will always trust others because you think that everybody is trustworthy. So, righteousness is foremost. Without righteousness, trust won't occur. Without trust, there won't occur love. The simple word called love won't occur. As long as you don't have, you are righteous, you will trust people. If you trust people, you will love. Without love, there cannot be sacrifice. Without sacrifice, there cannot be unity. Without unity, there cannot be peace. And without peace, there cannot be advancement and development. So now these 7 ethics, always remember: righteousness, trust, love, sacrifice, unity, peace, advancement, and development. These are the divine nature, divine essence God has gifted us. So we should exercise it during our lifetime. Being a soldier, with this very few words, let me say, Jai Hind. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you so much, Mr. Kuman, for giving us an eye-opening and inspiring presentation, and including with all the demonstration with the health tips. Thank you so much. And also, we want to thank him in advance for the MPV that he promised us for next year. Thank you so much.
The program ka kham omlo hle maya anuam tol tola kan resource person te Mizoram mai ni lo national international level apo za pui omlo e kan nei cho kan lo ma kan program ti lo tling tu te nia in buat sai na tha ti ka sia e maya tin kan topic ka kan tui boka e khatia ang mitha voinia kan program resource person in don tang thei kha in chunga kan lo ma thinlung tak takin lom thu kan soya tun hi atom na ni lo tura kan nga ya I kan ron som le zel don cheu ni ichna kan soita kan khan kan program hi YouTube pa te le media te the dar ani anga I mizo mi pui tam zo kina I khang in thu soi poimo tak tak te kha an lo ngai thanga an lo chim ve don ani Mizoram mi pui ten hlok puina kan nei kha I ke ni a organize tu te chuan in kan du thu sam ani a kan soi ang khan in kham ha chop tam tak kan nei ya ke ni dan lam mi ho chon uluk takin kan lo ngai tha a in thu soi te kha appoint in kan lo zia ka kan thei ang tokin I khang the kan lo bo zu yang ti kan tiam chewa Mizoram tan thei to pa kan tho ho zel theina turin in mi chan puina kan nge na ni kan lo me in za vai chunga kan lo me
khong em pujani stage amilo din sakle lokla is certificate hi Miss Rosalind Kamilo lan saksela stage kan thalak rem de lekin hemi zo hian kan resource person tenen photo session kan nei lok don ani kan lo me